Champions of Europe finally! History made in Istanbul! The treble complete!
History makers! For the first time ever, an English club have won 4 titles in a row!
Hello everybody, welcome back to the final watch along in this room. I feel sad. But I'm hoping, I feel happy at the end of the day when Manchester City pick up 3 points in a large game of football that's about to take, well, it should be 90 minutes, 90 to 95 minutes, shouldn't get any bigger than that. But it's going to be big in terms of the importance of this game. We've got to win this game because, I mean, if we lose this game, we're being overtaken by Brighton, who currently sit in 7th place in the Premier League, and Newcastle to play, Chelsea to play Arsenal tomorrow as well. There's every chance we could get our 4th spot back today. We're not going to get 3rd, back off Forest. They play Ipswich. But this game has been a good game for Manchester City, especially at home. We've played Brighton at home 14 times in our history, in our league history. And we've never lost a single one of them. In our history, have we lost a home game to Brighton? So today, we hope to continue the trend. But I hope everyone's doing well, most importantly, and looking after yourselves. Make sure you're hitting that like button if you haven't already. And if you're interested in becoming a member, the link is in the description and in the pinned part of the chat above you. And also subscribe if you're new as well. Massively help the channel, because we're on, I don't know what we're on actually. What are we on? What are we on? We're on 31,586. So I reckon we're going to get to 600, hopefully, during this watch along. So 31,000.6 would be good. Pushing it, asking for let's get another 100 on top of that. But hope you're all looking after yourselves. And I hope you're all happy and ready for a Manchester City win. Come on, City. Big team news to get into as well. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to say hello to everybody. Lucian was in here nice and early. How are you doing, mate? 2-1 you've gone with. Macalo's in here as well. It will be a disgrace if we let Arsenal sign Bruno G. Yeah, I mean, it would. You can't have every player in the world, can you? And I mean, I would like to prevent Arsenal from getting them, but I mean, that's not a reason alone to sign a player. But I do think a player like Bruno G would be an amazing acquisition for Manchester City. D. Harsher, mate, how you doing? Good to see you. 3-0 City, Haaland, Foden and Savio. Is it Savio or Savinho nowadays? It started off with Savio, and before we signed him, it was Savio. And then I was like, no, everyone was telling me, no. You can't say Savio, it's got to be Savinho. So I was like, oh, okay, sorry, everybody. Savinho I've gone with, and now everyone's like, Johnny, it's Savio, mate. What are you talking about? I was like, what? What is it? Well, the names nowadays for everybody. I mean, Husanoff is playing, by the way. We've got 700 names for him coming up, so look forward to that. Can't wait for that. Big up to Husanoff, Kusanov and Kusanov. And every other name that he's got. James, good to see you, mate. Just win. No prediction. Just win. I love it, James. I love it. It's nothing about performances nowadays, is it? It's all about results. And you're absolutely correct. I'd take the win regardless of the performance today. You're 100% right there, mate. Merlag, we attack. 2-1 you've gone for as well. We attack well, but don't convert. Defence crumbles in the last 10 minutes. But home advantage just about gives us the 3 points. Also, last watch along in the... Oh, you remembered, mate. Big up to you. Big up to you for remembering. It is the last watch along here. And I am sad about it. Because tomorrow I'm moving. I'm moving out of everything. All of this crap that's surrounding me is moving. And we're going into a new temporary location as of tomorrow as well. Big up Douglas, mate. How you doing? 6-0. Even a stopped clock tells the right time twice a day. You're absolutely right, mate. I think it's broken, isn't it? Broken clock, the phrase is, just to correct you, Mr. Shakespeare, Mr. Vocabulary Man, as well as Church as well. He's got a wild vocabulary, and he's coming up next. Good to see you. We are due an afternoon of outrageous City excess. I hope so, mate. I hope so. And Church as well. This is a difficult game. Brighton are back in the fight for top 5. You're absolutely right. I completely forgot, to be honest, this morning. In my head, I'm like top 4. Because I don't want to get that 5th spot. Because it feels like we got lucky the one time. I don't think it's the first time, actually. I think 5th's been given out to England before. I think we've had 5 go into the Champions League before this season. I'm pretty sure we have. And wasn't it United who got it, if I remember rightly? Maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't want to be the team that just about got in. On any other season, we would not be playing Champions League football, but we got 5th. So we snuck in through the back door. I don't really want that. I want 4th. At least 4th. That's what I want. But everything I want this season hasn't happened. I want never gets, as my mum always told me. I want this. I want that. And my mum would be like, I want never gets. You got to ask kindly, Jonathan, she used to say. Good to see you, Phil. Good afternoon, Jonny. Afternoon, everyone. I see goals in this one. A bold 3-2 to City. Let's get that Champions League space. Yeah, hopefully, mate. Hopefully, mate. True Blue's gone 3-1. Adriano, what's up, Jonny? And hope we get the win today. Me too, mate. Mullet. Number of cans. What are we on, Mullet? Come on. How many down are we now? How many down? What is it? 4, 5? Are we on to the 6th can? The game's not even kicked off yet, mate. So I'm interested to know how many cans down you are. Captain Kringles, mate. Good to see you. I know we've had a bit of a moment lately. We've had a moment, but we're past it now. We've kissed and we've made up, haven't we? Good to see you, mate. Eyes on as well. 3-0 to City is gone with. And many more in the chat as well as a little super chat that popped in there as well. Oh, it's Mullet. Jonny, confirm if chair is moving too. It is. For the sake of the chat, it is moving as well, and it's also getting taken apart tomorrow. So it's going to be a bit of an operation. You might not want to watch. If you're a fan of the chair, you might be like, oh, don't watch the chair. The chair's going to be like, I'm going to be like, Allen key. Have some of this Allen key right in the arse. Like, taking it apart. Take the top half of the chair off, because guess what? It doesn't fit through the bloody door, you fat chair. Too fat to fit through. It doesn't fit through in one. You have to assemble it in the room you want it to be in, because it's a big fat obnoxious chair. That's what's the problem with this chair. Everyone look, oh the chair. No, the chair. Door's fault. I'm pretty sure it's a universal standard door actually, but let's blame the door, shall we? But anyway, football. I've also got a ridiculously unbelievable story to talk to you about at halftime. Something that's gone on in my private life that me and the missus are over it now. We've sorted. This is like ridiculous, and I've always wanted to be honest and open with you guys. I am an open book. I'm still not sure whether I should talk to you about it really, but I'm going to at halftime, because you will not believe it. It's like Netflix documentary worthy, and I'm not exaggerating. You genuinely won't believe me. You won't believe me. You'll think he's making it up. Like, you won't believe this shit, and I'll talk to you about it at halftime. Unreal, genuinely. So stick around for halftime to find what that's all about. But anyway, yeah, City have currently lost 9 games this season. 9 games, and that is the worst record for Pep Guardiola in a Manchester City side since he joined. And the last time we did that was in the 1920 season, as in the 2019-2020 season. And that's the year Liverpool won the league. And then what happened after that? We won the league in 21-22. And then we won the league again. And then again. And then again. So, wondering if history might repeat itself a little bit. City having a little bit of a decline like we did in the 1920 season. Right now, we're doing exactly the same. We're arguably going to lose more than we did in that season, because we lost 9. We've already equalled that with, 10 games to go. We're probably going to lose more games this season, knowing this City side right now. But if we can emulate the following 4 seasons after that, or even better it, I mean, who's to say we won't? The feeling that we felt in that season, in that 1920 season, was so sour and so bitter to watch Liverpool, albeit the COVID season. They went on and they walked the league in that season, didn't they? They battered everybody and just walked it. They're doing exactly the same now, so I see no reason why Manchester City can't get angry by that. Use it as motivation. The board, the staff, Pep, the players, the fans. We can all start seeing this as motivation and use it as fuel to go into next season, and get that trophy back, because we're not winning the league this year, obviously. I don't know when it becomes mathematically impossible, but I'm pretty sure it's only a matter of weeks away before we genuinely can't win the league anymore, mathematically. And then we lose our title as champions. I mean, technically we keep it for a bit, don't we, until they actually lift the trophy. But still, it's going to be an unbelievable game. But team news as well coming up as well. So, Edison, when I saw the news that he was out of the Brazil squad. He was left out of the Brazil squad, or he chose to leave it, I think. I had a feeling it was an injury more than anything. But in my head, I was like, have I called it again? Because the last video I made, I'm pretty sure I said we should be dropping Edison. And I did it earlier this season, we should be dropping Edison. And then immediately he did it. Pep Guardiola put Ortega in for Liverpool away. And I was like, have I done it again? Have I done it again? Nah, there's no way. And it's definitely not true. So as much as I want to take credit for it, it's definitely an injury. Which is a shame for Edison from a personal point of view. But from a Manchester City starting 11 point of view, I'm actually quite happy to see Ortega in. And it's going to be interesting to see what he can do, because he's going to be facing some shots today against that Brighton front, in particular the wide players and João Pedro as well, who are all playing against this Manchester City defence that's pretty leaky. So Ortega in between the sticks. Rico Lewis is playing, so he's playing. Let's get behind him. You know, there's no point abusing the kid. He's playing. Let's get behind him now. Husanov alongside Ruben Diaz, Vardiol at left back, Gundogan and Nico G in the midfield in front of that defence, which I don't know what to make of that. I think Gundogan's been okay lately. I think he's been all right. He's certainly not ever. I don't think he's once played to the level of let's say like an 8 or 9 out of 10 Gundogan performance from the previous stint at Manchester City when he was previously at City. I don't think he's ever hit those heights. You know, not even once. He's dropped well below it, but I certainly think he's upped his game since Christmas. I don't think he's been anywhere near as bad as pre-Christmas Gundogan. Post-Christmas Gundogan, he's been all right. He's been all right, pretty steady. And in all honesty, I'm glad it's not Bernardo Silva, because as much as I love the guy, he's just become a bit of a liability in midfield for me. I just think the system just doesn't work with him in it, and he's often feels like a square peg being shoved into a round hole at times, because he ain't a winger. He's not a defensive midfielder. We've got better players who can play in number 10. So why is he playing? Is the question I'm always asking, because those positions that we keep playing him in, that's not where he thrives, you know? He thrives behind in that number 8, arguably, and then in the number 10 role. That's his best position for me. And Marmoush or Foden or De Bruyne all should be playing ahead of him in that position. And that's what's happening today. Marmoush as the number 10 today, with Doku and Savinho keep their places after their poor performance against Nottingham Forest, which I'm actually pleased with. I know they played poorly against Forest, but I'm actually pleased to see them be trusted for another starting 11 Manchester City side in the Premier League, because I think that would be a bit harsh to drop any of them, because I do think that we're onto the right system here. I think these two are the players, or these style of players, unless we go out and spend more money on players that are similar in that ability. I think the whole holding the ball up, slowing it down, Jack Grealish bait system, where you send a player on and Bernardo Silva on the other side to get the ball on the wings and just hold it and draw players over towards them and trying to make those holes inside the pitch. That's the thinking behind Grealish and Bernardo Silva. People stopped falling for it. It just didn't seem to work. Last season, I think we pushed it quite far. And then we started having Kyle Walker coming around the outside, didn't we? Last season. And that started, we just about got away with it by introducing fullbacks, bombing it around the outside of them instead. And eventually that was Pep's antidote to that problem that we had. This time I think we're going down the right road. It's just a case of these two have to get their end product right, because it's all good and well getting to the byline. If that cross isn't coming in accurately, then it's no good getting to the byline. It's a waste of time, you know, because if your cross is just flying out for a throw-in or completely missing all the City players and landing at the feet of today, it's going to be a Brighton player, and away they go on the counter-attack with Minter coming down the right or Matoma coming down the left. We're in big trouble. We're in big trouble today. So those two have got a massive game today. Erling Haaland up top as well. Excuse me. I need to put my teeth in. There we go. Verbruggen in net for Brighton. Hinchelwood, right back. Van Heck and Webster, 2 centre-backs for Brighton. Estupiñán is left back for Brighton. Diogo Gomez is now in midfield alongside Baleba, and I know a lot of City fans will have one eye on him today, because I think some City fans are going to be like, yes, get him in a Manchester City shirt, please. Get him playing for Manchester City. I think he's a good player. I'm interested to see what he can actually do. But Diogo Gomez is a good one. He signed for Brighton in January for €13 million from Inter Miami. So, yeah, I was thinking it could have been Lamptey at right back today with Hinchelwood. Opened my bottle, thought about drinking it, then nearly didn't, you know, as you do. Minter and Ruta and Matoma behind João Pedro, who's playing incredibly well today. Incredibly well. Good to see you, Hannah. How's everyone doing? Love Gundo, but bro stresses me out far too much. Yeah. Isa as well. Good to see you, mate. Yeah, Gundo and Bernardo have been bad for my heart this season. Yeah, if they both played, it would have been an absolute write-off as well. Let me just sort this clock out quickly. But yeah, where has it gone? Where's it gone? So what are we on now? 49. What are we? 11 minutes till kickoff. Yeah, Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. I'm pleased they're not playing. I said well, at least together they're not playing. We have got Gundogan, but I do think Gundogan's turned a little bit of a corner today in recent days. Abel as well. Good to see him. Marmouche will score. It's time. Hat trick. Was it the last time did he play against Plymouth? I can't remember. I'm not sure he did. I don't think he did actually. But I'm pretty sure it was a hat trick the last time he played here in the Premier League, or was it Liverpool? I think Liverpool happened more recently, didn't we? Because our form's not great, by the way. In fact, the Etihad Premier League form isn't great. In all honesty, I know people have it in their heads that we have we're better at home than we are away, and yeah, there's some truth to that. But the last our Premier League home form has been we've won 4, drawn 1, and lost 3. Lost 3 at home. So, yeah, we've not been great. Not been great at all. But, yeah, like I said, this is the most times we have faced an opponent at home without losing in our history. And it's Brighton is the team that seems to be the team that struggles against Manchester City when they have to travel to our place. And they're doing it today. But this is a Brighton side that have just won 6 in a row, beating Nottingham Forest 7-0 in the process. So, shit is the word, I think. Come on, City. We need a massive game today because we're sat in 5th place with Brighton in 7th. They could easily overtake us today, and no Foden as well, which is interesting as well. What do you think about that? Because Phil Foden, for me, he's also been having a stinker, and I know people have got a bigger problem with Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. Even De Bruyne is arguably coming up in that conversation of being a problematic player. Let me just sort the old brightness out, because the screen's just come on. Big up to Jeff, by the way, if Jeff's watching. There he is. I just saw him as I looked up. Thanks to Jeff. This one is possible today because it's one of those 3 o'clock bastardo kickoffs that's real pain in the arse for English fans who want to watch the game. So big up to Jeff. 3-1, like when we won the title. Husanov header. Savio's second goal. Gundo free kick for the third. Bold predictions from Jeff. Get your predictions in like Jeff as well, because I'm interested to hear them today. I haven't heard many thinking City are going to lose, which is good. Normally there's a bit more negativity, and today I would have been a little bit more forgiving for negativity, because it's going to be a really, really tough game, this one. Brighton, they're being very annoying. They are sort of like, excuse me, they are sort of like everyone's second favourite team in the Premier League, apart from Crystal Palace as well. And no one wants City to win this game, apart from Crystal Palace fans again, because those two, they have a bit of beef, don't they? Crystal Palace and Brighton, they're not big fans of each other. But everyone wants City to be playing Europa League football next season, which will be a massive, massive hindrance to our chances of winning a Premier League title next season. Because if we have to play Thursday night, that'd be interesting as well. Someone find out for me. When's the last time someone won the Premier League when they were in the Europa League? That's an interesting question, and one I have no idea what the answer to that is, because I'm not sure that if that's ever happened. If someone's won the Premier League while being in the Europa League. And I don't think it's fair to call it knocked down, because probably when they did, I bet they were knocked out of the Champions League and then into the Europa League. I bet that doesn't really count for me. I'm talking about start playing your group games, or in this time it's going to be the league phase, isn't it? in the Europa League, because that means Thursday night. For the first third of the season, you're playing Thursday night and then Sunday, Thursday then Sunday, and that's a bastard. It really is. It proper messes up with your fitness levels, your fixture schedules all over the place, and you're throwing in a Carabao Cup run, which, knowing us, you like to think we'll get to the quarterfinals or the semi-final. Massive problems next season if we're in the Europa League. There we go. No Premier League team has ever won both the Premier League and the Europa League in the same season. Not winning it, though. Just being in it is what I'm talking about. Winning the Premier League, but being in the Europa League. You don't have to win the Europa League. I'm talking about actually being in the Europa League, just participating in the Europa League and winning the Premier League. Because I think it's not the fact of winning it it is difficult, obviously. It's just the pain in the arse fixtures is what I'm talking about. And I think there's an interesting one there. Big up Marie as well. Good to see you. How you doing? Like and sub for amazing City content. Even consider becoming a member to our typical City family. Thank you very much, Marie. Good to see you as always, as well. And Mullet's coming with an answer there as well. Since it was launched in 2009, it has been won just 3 times by English clubs. The Europa League, you mean? Chelsea twice and Man United, but in none of those seasons did they also finish as Premier League winners. Yeah, again, same as what Hyperholic has said. I'm curious to know, just participating, I think it's a pain, you know. Big up to you from South Africa as well, mate. And Clara, good to see you. I don't like thinking about the prospect of us being in the Europa League, me neither. Is it arrogant as well? Do you think that's arrogant? Because I think some fans will look at City fans and hear us say that and go, oh, who do you think you are? You're too good for Europa League. Yeah. Call me arrogant. I'm not that bothered about being called arrogant. Yeah, I think we are too good for it. Considering it's not like Liverpool, who've been dropping in and out of the Champions League. United have been dropping in and out of it. Newcastle were in it a season ago. Then the next season they weren't in it. Villa are in it this season and they have to win it to get in it again. Or they're not going to be in it next season because right now, where are they? They're in the top 10, aren't they? I'm pretty sure. They're struggling to get into the top 4. So it's not easy to maintain your position as a Champions League team. Even Chelsea, when they won it, and then the following season, I'm pretty sure they finished 7th. In fact, when they won it, I think they finished 7th in the actual Premier League. So it's not easy to stay in that top 4. City have been for over a decade. Pretty sure since we've got into it, and since 2012, we've been in it every year. Every year we've been a Champions League side. So from our point of view and the history of Manchester City that's preceded us, we absolutely are above the Europa League because we've gotten very much used to playing Champions League football. You know, and to drop into it, it's not an insult to the tournament. It's just that's what our standards have become. So I don't think it is that arrogant. I just think it's a case of, you know, like I said, standards. Big up to you, Jeff. Thank you very much for the donation, mate. Appreciate it. City do what no one else does. We'd win both. I hope so, mate. That'd be good. I mean, we've never won it, have we? We've never won the Europa League, so we tick that box. But we don't want to start going down that road of, let's go even lower the year after that. Let's get in the conference and win that, you know. But, I mean, if we get into it, I obviously want us to win it. And we arguably would be probably immediate favourites if we go into the Europa League next season, knowing full well that City are going to spend some serious money in the summer. We probably would become immediate favourites before a ball's even been kicked, you know? So it'll be interesting to see if we can do that. But, are you in America, Travis? I can't believe in America we have access to every match, paid subs, but in the UK you guys can't. Seems crazy to me. Yeah, it's the UK. It's the 3 p.m. blackout. It's known as the 3 p.m. blackout, which is to save the match-going attendance. I think that's the theory behind it, is to get people to still go to the stadiums, because if it was every game was televised, it decentivizes fans to want to go to the game. Because it's like, well, I'm not really feeling it today. It's cold outside, freezing. I've got to queue up. I'll sell my ticket or try to sell my ticket, and I'm going to stay at home and watch it in a nice, comfy sofa. Or I might be a complete knobhead and start a watch-along or something like that. Be one of those guys, you know, one of those dickheads. Like, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's the reason why. And to be honest, I think there's enough support for the football clubs in the Premier League to start considering showing it. Premier League games, I think they would still get attendances coming to the ground. I think they should reconsider the Premier League 3 o'clock kickoffs, because I think we should start having a Netflix service. I think that's what should happen in this club, in this country. We should almost have a season ticket for your club. I think if you're a City fan, there's a Manchester City package that you could buy, and it's X amount per year. You buy that season ticket and you can watch every single Manchester City game. You want to watch another game, it's pay as you go. You pay 10 quid to watch another Premier League game if you fancy it. You know, rather than paying for a service that, like, you don't want to watch certain games, but you have to pay for the whole service and they tell you what you're going to watch. You know, you get to pick and choose. I think more people would pay more money for that. And I think more people would pay less, but the fact that there would be a more quantity of people doing it would probably end up being more money. You know, I heard Simon Jordan talk about this, and he had a projection that suggested that the Premier League would make even more money doing that, you know, and they're actually slow to get on board with this side of things. So that would be interesting. But teams are out anyway, so I need to get cracking with the clock. Ruben Diaz is doing the old coin toss. I would love them to sack that off as well and start doing rock, paper, scissors, wouldn't you? Just see Ruben Diaz with whoever it is of his captain going, oh, fucking hell. Best 2 out of 3. Best 2 out of 3. Yes. Oh, that'd be so much better. It's so much more entertaining than a coin toss. Micah, good to see you, mate. More than anything, we need to win the court case 100%, mate. I mean, rumours are to be believed that that's going to happen pretty soon. Pretty soon. Rodri is going. I'm good, mate. How are you? How are you, mate? I'm really good. Yeah, sad. Last watch along ever. Here. Can you believe it? Right, game's about to get underway. Brighton to kick us off, wearing their yellow kit. I'm going to be a bit behind everybody because I am obviously streaming this, so I might be a minute or two behind you guys. Hopefully not too much behind. And Gomez gets us underway, fires it right back to Verbruggen. Come on, City. Oh, we got a Brighton fan in the house. How you doing, mate? Hope you're all right. I am moving tomorrow. So no video, arguably, for the next 2 days. My family have already made the move officially, and I've been to and fro, and I've just kept the office on the go, really. And yeah, tonight is the final night here, basically, and I will be packing up all my gear and moving it to the new house. Well, it's a temporary house tomorrow. Big up Duxter, mate. Thank you very much for the donation. Need 3 points today, pal? Absolutely, we do. 100%. Slovenia, it's Marmoush rather, closing down Webster. Brighton look confident, you know. I don't know what it is. I'm speaking early here, but there's something about their body language. The 1 minute of football that's been played is quite confident from what I've seen. Little flicks here and there. There's just like I'm picking up on body language. Not that I'm a body language expert or anything. Talking bollocks is what I'm doing, actually. That's what I'm doing. But City, with a few empty seats there, you know. That's what I was saying. So maybe the 3 p.m. blackout isn't a bad idea if we, you know what I mean? Now there's not much to fight for City. There's a lot of empty seats there. And that is the first time in a long time I have seen empty seats at the Etihad in a Premier League match. There's not that many, but it's... Ooh, fucking hell. Husanoff ball back to Ortega. It was all a bit tight back there for City, but Ortega eventually clears his lines. Yeah, that's also a problem. That's also a problem. Big time. It's getting ridiculous. Getting ridiculous. All Brighton so far. I'm not sure City have touched the ball. And Rico Lewis versus Matoma is not a good idea for me. We've already seen it. The problems of that. He's just been rinsed. The ball in, thankfully, was... It looked like it was cleared by Husanoff. or maybe even Ruben Diaz. I think it was Ruben Diaz. Hassanov was the man trying to actually get across to help Rico Lewis, because Rico Lewis was done for speed, and he's going to be done for speed all game against Matoma because he's rapid. So that's a problem that's going to continue for this game. He's got to position himself well. Try not to get into a foot race and try and avoid that as much as you can, Rico, because you're going to lose most of the time against Matoma. But you've got Hassanov alongside you who could back you up, which hopefully we don't need to see it much. But right now we've had what are we on now? 3 minutes of football, and we haven't passed a single ball in their half yet. But a long way to go. You talking bollocks is why we are all here, mate. Thank you very much. Let's continue the bollock talking then, Mullet. It's true. It's sad but true. Yeah, unbelievable. Foden's got an unbelievable record against Brighton, by the way. He's scored his most favourable side to score against is Brighton. I've got the number here. 8 times he's scored against Brighton, which is the most he's scored against any side ever. And he scored that unbelievable goal away where he dribbled like more than half the length of the pitch and was brilliant from Foden. But this is a very different version of Phil Foden we're talking about nowadays, and he's on the bench as a result of that. And I don't really have a problem with it because I actually agree. Sloppy ball from Gundogan, and it's just about kept in by Vardiol. Nico Gonzalez, big up Duckster, thank you for the kind donation, mate. Haha, you're good at talking. Well, that's 2 out of 2 now. So 2 super chats to celebrate my bollock talking. Bollocks. Yeah, it's not good, is it? It's like you kind of want to be respected a bit, don't you? You want people to respect you, but instead you're known as the guy who talks fucking bollocks. That's a good start to your little life as a YouTuber, eh? Doku with a bit of positivity, bringing the ball forward. Gundogan sprays it to the right to Savinho. Little step over onto his right foot. Savinho with a bad cross. Out for a goal kick. He's a hero of mine, mate. I love him. I love him so much. He's a hero of mine. I like to think I'm smarter than Carl Pilkington, though, because he's an idiot. Do you know what I mean? Literally an idiot. Like an idiot abroad, as he was known as. But yeah, he's a class act, man. That's one of the best compliments you could have paid me, Mullet, that, to be honest. I'm absolutely buzzing for that. But ball back with Verbruggen. What do you think of the start so far? It's been a bit... Well, it's 5 minutes, isn't it? Should we give it another 5 before I ask that question? Because it's a bit stupid, really. Nothing really has actually happened yet. But yeah, City have been a little bit... I think Brighton have looked confident and they're coming forward here. Ball whipped across. Back post! Matoma! It's bundled in. It's bundled in. What's going on? Is it 1-0? Fucking hell, City. He's pointing at something. It's a free kick to City by the looks of it. But it was bundled in by Matoma. Ball whipped into the back post. Is he onside? He looks onside to me. So what's gone on? Is it a handball? Yeah, it looks like a handball, possibly. Got away with that one. And it's Rico Lewis at the back post that's caused the problems. I mean, it's one of them. Did Ortega have it in his control? Because he actually grabbed the ball and then it seemed to be headed out of his hands. A la Andy Dibble. At Nottingham Forest, we were talking about that last bloody week. Pipe down, mate. Pipe down. It's been disallowed. Unless VAR decide, actually, no, I'm going to give it. Nope. Play on. It's a foul. But I don't know why I'm telling you to pipe down. Yeah, leave him, Mullet, man. It's fine. He's all right. He's not causing problems. If you start... It's all right. I'm okay to have Brighton fans in here if they're not going to be nasty to you guys. But, I mean, they're entitled to their opinion, aren't they? D, thank you very much for your support, mate. A fine Saturday to get spanked by the Seagulls. Here's Jeremy Doku. Heavy touch, though. Ball across. Corner ball. Come on, City. Marmoush getting started with the thing that I hate the most in football right now is, come on! Come on, everybody! Have a sing-song! Mate, play football and we'll cheer you. Play good football and then the fans will start singing, you know what I mean? It's like, why are you asking for more motivation off the fans? Like, you should come onto the pitch motivated. It annoys the shit out of me, it really does. I'm good, D. How are you, mate? How are you, most importantly? Appreciate you being a typical City legend as well, mate. Massively appreciate that. Gundogan, ball in. Over everybody. Out for a goal kick. An underwhelming end to Manchester City's attack. But yeah, so far we've seen Doku on the left, cross blocked. Savinho on the right, cross out for a goal kick. So they're on cross watch today. Cross watch. Cross watch. That's what you're on. Sounds like some crime show. Like the Neighbourhood Watch. But it's going to be the cross watch. Get a good cross into the box is what I want to see today, because Haaland's starving, mate. He's starving. Nico Gonzalez strong against João Pedro in there. Savinho steps in. Well played, Savinho. Sends Haaland away onto the edge of the area. Marmoush into the penalty area. Marmoush chops it back. He's fouled. Penalty. Penalty. He's giving it. PK. PK. Marmoush wins a penalty. Come on, City. Let's bury this. Come on. Oh. Jesus Christ. Let's go. Let's go. 9 minutes in. Penalty to Manchester City. I'm nervous now. I'm really feeling this. I'm hoping we bury this, because if we can set a tone here, we can set a tone. You missed the penalty. I think we'll lose this game. I think if we... is it even a penalty, though? It's his trailing leg of Webster, who comes flying... Yeah, he catches Marmoush. Standing leg of Marmoush, who's almost in the 6-yard box. Excuse me. Sorry, everybody. It was meant to be quieter than that. It was meant to be one of those little ones that you let a little bit of air out. Like, but instead, it came right from the depths of hell, that burp. But anyway, penalty. Come on. There's no fart gun, by the way. I accidentally moved it. I moved it to the other house. So there is a fart gun. There is a missing fart gun from the house. So we've been replaced by real-life burps. Apologies, everybody. Haaland to take a PK. Come on, City, fuck's sake. Haaland just adjusting his testicles, standing above the ball. I know that feeling. When they get tangled and you're about to have a shot, you've got to just like loosen them up, haven't you? I know exactly what he's doing there. Last 5 penalties, he's scored 3, missed 2. One of them onto the... that's got to be over the bar. Wasn't that away at... was it clip the bar, didn't it? Away at Thingy. Here we go. Come on, City. Yes! Haaland! 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 1-0. Let's go. 10 minutes in. Set the tone. Set the tone, City. Come on. Massive goal, that is. Massive. Let's go. Come on, Blues. Oh, mullet. Don't know what to say about that, really. What do you think, chap? Because I think it was a disgrace. Like, the rule is the problem. I think if you've got a problem with it being disallowed, you've got a problem with the rule. I've not got a problem with the decision, because the only thing I've got a problem with is how clear did it actually hit his foot. That's the issue, because to me, I've seen one angle where it was like, yeah, it kind of looks like it just slightly deviates when it hits Alvarez's standing leg. So he sort of kicks it onto his left boot, doesn't he? And then it sort of floats in. If it clipped his boot, then they've made the right decision. The problem then becomes the rule is a joke. And the fact that UEFA have decided to change it after the fact must leave Atletico Madrid feeling sick. You know what I mean? Sick. Appreciate the reminder. Zane, thank you very much, mate. Done. Job done for you, mate. But yeah, 100% Isa. It's a disgrace. The rule's a joke. When it's unintentional like that. Do you know what I mean? It's not like Matt Letizia. Do you remember that? It wasn't even Matt Letizia. It wasn't a second touch, but it was like that free kick where he like sort of like someone laid it back to him and then he scooped it up and then volleyed it in, like that sort of like penalty, or like Robert Pires and Thierry Henry. Danny Mills, by the way, if you remember that penalty, like 100% racism from Danny Mills. You need to lip read what he said. 100%. It was where Robert Pires is from, twat. He literally ran up to him and screamed that in his face for even attempting such an audacious penalty from Danny Mills. But yeah, he's like a pundit now, isn't he? I'm not sure he's a big... he's not very good at punditry, Danny Mills, for me. I remember him scoring an absolute screamer for City at the Etihad from right back. I think it was against Everton, if I remember rightly. An absolute thunder bastard into the top corner. Like, not like him at all. Come on, Savinho. Go on, mate. Lays it back to Rico. We've gone all the way back to Husanov. Plays it across to Ruben Diaz. Where's what's-his-face gone? Where's the old... He's gone. The Brighton fan's gone. He'll be back when they equalise. No doubt. That's such a typical fan, isn't it? I'm off, guys. Turning my phone off. I'm off. Why are you always 20, 30 seconds? I'm not always 30 seconds behind. Please explain. When it's 3 o'clock kickoffs, I will be. Because it's streamed. I'm using the internet service. And it's also coming from the USA. When it's a televised game in the UK, I'm not behind. I'm as near to the action as I could possibly be in this situation of being in a room and streaming. So I'm not at the game. Obviously, that's as close as you can get. But yeah, no, 3 o'clock kickoffs, I'll always be a little bit behind, unfortunately. But can't be helped, mate. Can't be helped. Appreciate that, Ryan. It's not about... I mean, say what you got to say, man. I mean, like... Try not to spoil it, yeah. But, like... Yeah. I mean, if there's something happening in the game, more often than not, I'm not going to be looking at the chat, am I? I'm going to be looking at the game, but... Here's another possible time to spoil it. Are you going to spoil it now? No, it's a Brighton corner. Vardiol does well there. Minter brings it under control. Vardiol pokes it out for... a corner ball to Brighton. Opportunity to equalise. 5 minutes after Manchester City have gone 1-0 up. We need some big goalkeeping contributions from Ortega today. And this is the sort of situation where his leadership, his commanding of the penalty area will be vital to Manchester City. Because I think this is one area Edison's not the greatest in terms of commanding that penalty area. Like corner in he's all right, Edison. He's all right. But I think Ortega needs to prove himself as well. Ball back post, up in the air. Ortega collects it. Strong. It was nodded up in the air, and Ortega says, that ball's mine. Leaps above everybody else, and then pings one forward nice and early for Savinho and sends him away, but he's on his own with Matoma. And he's done well there, Matoma. Done really well. He's a baller, isn't he? He's an absolute baller, Matoma. Would you have him at City? The only thing is, with Doku and Savinho, we've already got two wings that kind of do what he does, but Matoma seems to have that end product. You know, he's started to pick up quite a few. What's he on at the minute? Goals and assists. Because I'm pretty sure he contributes in that department a little bit more than Doku and Savinho does. That's a bit of a guess. That I don't actually know the numbers, but it feels that way. Ortega goes long with his left foot. Not a bad ball into Doku, but he couldn't win the aerial duel. Nico Gonzalez prods it forward. Brighton get it back. I think Brighton don't deserve... I wouldn't say they deserve to be 1-0 down. They might feel a little bit hard done by, but they look confident on the ball, don't they? They're the most informed side in the Premier League. Nobody has got better form than Brighton right now. They've won 6 in a row. No one's got a better record than that in the Premier League as of right now. So there's no wonder they're playing with a bit of confidence. They've gone 1-0 down and they're still stroking that ball around really nicely. And now they've been forced to go long there. Baleba in the end just has to boot it long. One for Hassanov to win. And then he swings and slices, but he wins the aerial duel, but then a bit of an air shot from Hassanov as he tries to boot it down the line. Big up, Alexander. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. I agree, mate. I agree. Rumours are we're interested in a new goalkeeper, aren't we now? João Pedro into the Manchester City penalty area. A few step overs. Rico Lewis does well and blocks the incoming cross, but he's got it back. Estupiñán has got the ball. Diogo Gomez intercepted by Nico Gonzalez, and then he sends Savinho away. Great. That's a foul. That's a yellow card as well, mate. Get Matoma in the book. Matoma into the referee's notebook. Booked Matoma as Savinho was coming forward there. Great play from Gonzalez, that. Intercepts, good positioning. Sees Savinho on his bike. Or on his horse, actually, because he's a big fan of horses. I believe. And Cheltenham's happening right now, so I wonder if Savinho is gone down to the Cheltenham racetrack. Fired into Gundogan. Does really well to control that because Edison put some waz on that. He absolutely fired it into him. Done well though. Vardiol now. Doku going down the line. Long ball over the top. One here for Marmoush to chase. Great ball into Marmoush. Marmoush lays it inside to Erling Haaland. We're in business. Haaland on the edge of the area. Oh, it's a great tackle. Diogo Gomez. What a tackle that was on Haaland. Really good. Really good tackle. He's got a bit of chalk in his hair. Bit of white line. Bit of the old yayo in his hair. Mullet, mate, thank you very much. Did you know Matoma did a degree in how to dribble? Did he really? I did not know that. I was well expecting something to be like physics, business, economics. Just a complete lie from Mullet. A complete lie. Cheers, Mullet, mate. Thank you very much. Oh, he's done him. He's done him here, Ruta. And then Nico Gonzalez is fouled, and that's going to be a yellow. It should be a yellow. I'm surprised if he avoids going into the referee's book here. City aren't happy. City don't even think it's a foul, but to me it looked like he clipped him. Ruta was coming forward. He was bearing down on the Manchester City penalty area. And then... yeah, it's a bit soft, actually. I agree with the City players that are objecting to the referee there, because it was a bit soft. He didn't do much. He went down like a bit of a shithouse, to be honest. Free kick to Brighton in a very promising situation for Brighton. This is definitely going to be a shot. Ortega's lining up the wall. City might feel hard done by if this goes into the back of the net, because I'm not sure it was a free kick. There's a little bit of a nudge, but not really any sort of commitment from them. Doku lying on the floor. Estupiñán. Fucking 1-1. Just as I was going, Estupiñán fucking scores, doesn't he? Fucking smacks it off the post. Oh, shit. Set the tone, I said. Set the tone, man. Fucking... was it even a free kick, though? Questionable. Questionable. It's fucking 1-1, man. He's gone the other side of the wall as well. I want to see what Ortega's done here, because, I mean... he's gone completely around the wall. Ortega right in the middle of his goal. He's got done. He's been done there. Ortega's... no, I've got to put that down as a mistake to Ortega for me. Because he's stepped, he's guessed Ortega where the ball's going. And as a result, because he's taken that step to Ortega's left, Estupiñán's done him, and he's gone to the other side of him, and because he's taken that step, rather than waiting until you see exactly where the ball's going, you've assumed it's going this side of you, and that's the target he's going for, but he's gone this side. So as a result, it's gone in there, and you could do nothing about it. I think that's a bit of a mistake, that, from Ortega, in all honesty. Oh, it isn't a bloody lie. Google it. He wrote a degree paper on the... What? Did he actually? No way. Did he actually? I thought you were taking the piss. No, you're having me on there. You're having me on. What do you mean? How can you possibly... And so, what do you mean, like dribbling, like how to dribble out of your gob? Or like actually how to dribble with a football? And why is that? I mean, to be fair, you can get a degree in Star Wars now, can't you? So I mean, no way. Did he actually do that? That's ridiculous. You've been backed up, mullet. So I mean, you can get a degree in fucking farting nowadays, can't you, mate? Unbelievable. My mate's just messaged me saying, I'm going to make this my new background. I can't eat sweat. Score. Go on, Savinho. Oh, you've got to bury that, Savinho. You've got to bury that, man. How have you not put that in the back of the net? Right at the goalkeeper. Vardiol. Ball into Gundo. Doku. How's Savinho not hit the target there? Well, he has hit the target, sorry. How's he not put that to either side of Verbruggen there? He's got to be burying that, Savinho, mate. Proper opportunity to make that 2-1. Doku. Fucking hell, man. City trying to respond here. Nico Gonzalez closed down, though, and there you go. Brighton are away here. Coming on the counter-attack. Got Ruta. Long ball, that's Ortega's all day long. He didn't even need to come out there, to be honest. He should have just stayed in. He could have waited for that and picked it up, but instead he came out of his goal and out of the penalty area, and as a result he couldn't pick it up, so he had to boot it. Manchester City fan for life. Why is Lewis playing again? Pep is doing my head in. I actually have to agree with you a little bit, mainly because of Matoma. I think the fact that Matoma's playing, for me, is a concern for someone to come down that left-hand side for Brighton with the speed that Matoma's got. It's a worry because Rico's not got speed. It's one. I hate to say it, but it's one of the many weak spots that Rico Lewis actually has. Because speed, he hasn't got much of that. He hasn't got much strength. They're the two ones, really. They're the two. Speed and strength as well. Yeah, I've just said that, to be fair. So physicality, he gets bullied a lot. Speed, it's a weak spot for Rico, and to know that it's one of Matoma's strengths is speed and dribbling ability, it's a strange decision, I must admit. But, I think we need a new right back. I think that's established. Oh, Minter dinks it in. Ortega, you got to come out. He does come out and collects it. Do you think Ortega was to blame for that free kick? It's a snide one to really be to pick on him for that, but that's a yellow card as well. Who's that? Baleba. That's not someone they want on a yellow card. But Baleba's just picked up a yellow card for bringing down Doku, who rinsed him for a bit of speed. But yeah, as a goalkeeper, you don't guess where the ball's going. You wait till you see it, really. Unless it's a penalty, that's the only time where you have to sort of guess a little bit and make the assumption because the ball's so close. But with any free kick, really, rule one is to wait to see if you get the best eye to see it. Doku nearly sent Haaland away there. Answer me this, because I asked you this question, Blues, in the last game against Nottingham Forest when it was 0-0. Would you take a draw? And all of you said no, 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 no. And then we lost 1-0. And then we all changed our tune, didn't we, at the end? Because I thought a draw wouldn't have been the end of the world against Forest. Would you take a draw right now? Immediately. Clara, no. Curious. I personally would. I would take a draw in this game because it keeps them beneath us. Obviously Newcastle are a problem, but they've got the League Cup final against Scousers tomorrow. But yeah, mixed opinions. No, 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 yes. No. Yes. No. Kinda. No, says Phil. We're at home. You're right. That does change it. A home draw doesn't feel as good, does it? But on away, we might be changing our tune in a minute because ball in and it's out for a goal kick. Thankfully, nearly half an hour gone, and I think Brighton it's probably become a little bit 50-50 over the course of the first half an hour of this game. I'd say 50-50 is probably a fair reflection of how the game's gone. But it's... I think Brighton still have a... If I had to pick a side who's looked a bit better, I'd probably say Brighton. They've probably controlled the ball better than we have. And as a side that kind of depends on control, to not have control is concerning. Vasco, mate, how you doing? Good to see you. Didn't let it out this time. This is getting really tiring and depressive. It is, mate. But it might change in a minute because Gundogan's coming across and Haaland sends it over the bar with a right foot effort. And, yeah, I mean, a bit too much on it. He just needs to guide that towards the goal there. But it's good to see a cross coming into the box that's accurately finding a Manchester City player for once, you know. And Haaland, and it goes over the bar. Over the bar by a long way. A big miss from Haaland. That he should be keeping that down. Or at least getting it closer to the goal than that. Because that went fuck off, mate. See you later. Micah, how you doing? Thank you very much for the super chat. Again, he should have not got beat on his side. What are you talking about? Rico? Ortega. The wall does cover the other side of the goal. Absolutely. That's kind of the rule, isn't it, for a goalkeeper when you're defending a free kick like that. You just don't step across. So we can't win at the minute. Do you know what I mean? Stick Carson in that. Give him a go. Stick Carson in that the club plant pot. That's what he's known as. He's a fucking piece of decoration. He is the equivalent of Jordan Henderson getting into the England squad. That is Scott Carson. He's just around for the shits and giggles. He's just around for vibes. You know what I mean? Just someone to have a laugh with in the changing room. But I mean, it doesn't seem to matter who we play. Elementary mistakes are made with this Manchester City side right now. So why are we blaming Pep Guardiola for that? Because it doesn't seem to matter who we play. Mistakes are just made with whoever are played. And I swear to God, I've been saying it all season, and people don't like it because I think it's they might see it as an oversimplification, but it's psychology. I think this side are just like they're just resting on their laurels. They won the league 4 times in a row, so they just don't have that zest for life, that urgency to go and win another Premier League title. And now it's pretty much done. That urgency's gone even more. At the start of the season, it's still a little bit there because it's like, well, there's so much football to play. Now we're scrapping around for 4th spot. You've got the Champions League. You've got for me, it's become an embarrassment for them. Like just a pride thing. Wear the shirt with pride. You know, fight for your futures at this club and fight for your ability to play Champions League football next season. Because none of these players want to be playing in Europa League next season. None of them do. Of course, they want to play. So now there's obviously something to fight for. But I just think it's like, you know, we've been playing at 110% for half a decade. You know, it's so difficult for this side to maintain those levels. We're having a season where we've dropped big time. So I don't see the reasoning behind blaming Pep Guardiola at all for this season. And like I said, at the beginning of the stream, City lost 9 in a row in 1920 season. The same as we have this season. In that season, Liverpool won the Premier League by a country mile. The following 4 seasons, Manchester City gobbled all up the Premier League titles that were available to us, 4 in a fucking row, okay? So we came back with a vengeance. So what's to say we won't do it next season and come back, you know? No one was calling... Well, to be fair, I wasn't making content in the 1920 season, so I don't know who was saying what in the YouTube space. But if anyone was saying Pep Guardiola needs to leave the club in that season, they need to give their head a wobble. Go on, Savino, you got to bury this, mate. Oh, fuck's sake, man. Is that not even a tackle? Is that a goal kick? He's got... Fuck's sake, man. It's a great move. It's a great move to send Savino away. He's bearing down on goal. He's got to get his shot away quicker here. He's onside by a mile. Lovely 1-2 with Marmouche. Shoot now. Too late. Too late. Is that just a miss? Is he not even... I thought he blocked it. I thought... It was Van Heck or Webster who gets across. He's just missed that. It's such a poor finish. It's so bad. Savinio, mate, you've got to sort your act out in front of goal. The ability to get into dangerous situations is scintillating at times. Same as Doku. But if you're spooning the ball like that, then it's no good doing it in the first place, mate. You've got to hit the target. Big up Mullet. Would City of 3 years ago let Rico Lewis get anywhere near the first team as a constant player? He's useless. Walker told Pep he wanted to leave last season and we didn't sort it. Poor recruitment. It's hard to disagree with you, Mullet, in that situation. And no, the Rico 3 years ago was is still growing his pubes, mate. So probably not. But still, you know, I know your point. If it was this Rico Lewis 3 years ago, is the point you're making, then no, he wouldn't have got anywhere near this squad. We would have had Cancelo playing or Walker playing. But yeah, no, you're right. 100% recruitment. It's just not been good enough at all. And they've dropped the ball. It's a case of let's move on now, I think, because it's nothing can be done about it. There's no point banging the same drum. And it's like, yeah, it's done. It's done. Like we can't change anything about that now. So we have to accept it. This is the rest of the season. Brighton about to, and it's a corner ball, isn't it? Corner ball to Brighton. Good bit of defending. City don't want it to be a corner either. City believe it's a goal kick. So again, is this going to be a situation where Brighton benefit from a refereeing decision? Because I'm not sure the free kick that they scored from was even a free kick. But that looked like a corner to me. Yeah, it's a corner ball. Corner ball. Scott, good to see you, mate. How you doing, Scott? I think part of the downturn is losing coaches like Iriola and Maresca, and we've got Fernandinho coming in next season, by the way. That's a big talking point that's not really been spoken about. Hang on, corner, back post. Free as a bird, mate. Fucking defending. Atrocious at the back post there. Webster just absolutely free. Where's the marking? Haaland's stumbling out the box. He's limping as well. Haaland here, has he just twisted his ankle? Don't do this to me, City. Oh, Estepunian. He's put it wide. Fucking hell, Blues. We're hanging on here. Brighton are putting us on the ropes here. A few body punches from Brighton at the minute, but it's still 1-1. We're still in the game, obviously, but I mean, Brighton look the better side at the minute. Estepunian comes forward, and that didn't look that far wide either. Looking for his... Oh, sorry, it's Minter, not Estepunian. Fucking hell, City. Why wouldn't you blame Pep? He plays Lewis all the time. I disagree with that decision. What do you want me to blame him for? What are you wanting me to blame him for? The whole season? Or blame him for... What? What am I blaming him for? The goal going in? Brighton equalising? What's that got to do with Rico Lewis? I agree that Rico shouldn't be playing. I think Nunes should be playing. Because I think he's got the speed. Or alternatively, you play Nico O'Reilly left back. You put Vardiol in the middle, centre back with Ruben Diaz, and you put Hassanov right back. That's what I would do. They're my two options, either Hassanov or Nunes right back. But from a 1-1 perspective, why Brighton have equalised in this game, it's not really got anything to do with Rico Lewis. So we're having a pop at him because it's like habit. It's just a bit shit. Like, why are we picking on him? Listen, I've been a massive... This is what you should be doing. We should be having a go at Ortega, right? And this is on my channel. I've made multiple statements that Ortega should start. So I'm swallowing my medicine. I think you should be swallowing yours. I'm swallowing it right now. I've openly said Ortega's made a fucking error. And I'm the person who said Ortega should be playing. So it's me who's made a mistake by saying those things. I'm showing the humility to do that. Why are we picking on Rico Lewis? Yes, I agree he shouldn't be playing, but he's not the reason it's 1-1, you know? Give the guy a chance to at least... if we're going to criticise him for doing nothing, I mean, what's the point? Rico Lewis, interception. Gets the ball in, wins the ball back. Sends Haaland away. Gundogan shot wide. Oh, but no, I think Ortega's mistake is quite minimal, in all honesty. I don't think it's a massive error. I just think it's a silly goalkeeping error. But it's the position where you can't make mistakes. You know, a lot of people said I was harsh on Ederson in my review for the Forest game because I gave him a 4, I think, or a 4.5. I can't remember what. But people said I was too harsh on Ederson. But it's the one position where everything's different. The goalkeepers are held to very different standards. For a start, they can use their hands. Do you know what I mean? So it's a very different situation. So, I mean, we need to just be a bit supportive of the players. I mean, just because they've equalised doesn't mean it's going to be the end of the world, you know? Everything's all fucking doom and gloom at times. Marmouche, edge of the area, have a shot, mate. Fucking bang! Fucking bang! 2-1! 2-1! Boom! Hey, Murph, get that as your background, you bastard. Oh, mullet, mate, big ups. Hang on, let me just pop the old 2-1. Mamouche! I'd take Kimmich on a free. He loves Pep. I think he's going Arsenal by the sounds of it. Signed the left back from Bournemouth. I think he's going Liverpool. Or Fulham. Robinson's a good player. Or Pedro Porro. I loved Pedro Porro at the start of the season, but he's gone on a massive decline. By the way, Marmouche, fuck me. What a goal that was. Just having a dig from about 20 yards out and just pings it off the post. Smacks it into the bottom corner. And City are winning the game. Fucking Rico Lewis, mate. What are you playing at there, Rico? I mean, I agree with you guys who don't want him to play. I agree with that statement. I just feel like blaming him for the fact that they'd equalised is stupid, man. It's like it's got nothing to do with him. But we're winning the game now. We're winning the game. Fuck off, ref. That's bollocks, that referee. I'm not sure we deserve to be winning. But, by the way, Mullet, I agree with Kimmich. I would absolutely take Kimmich on a free. I just feel like he's angling for a contract. I wouldn't be surprised to see. Also, good point, Mad Hatter. Good point. Gundo assist. Something I was saying at the start of the thing. I don't think he's had a bad game. Ball in. Don't do this to me. We've just fucking taken the lead. Can we defend it for 30 seconds, please? Minter. Ball in. Back post. Flicked on. João Pedro. Matoma's going to keep it alive. Get out to him, Savinho. Get out to him. Close him down. Right, he's at least stopped the... Well, there you go. Well done. Marmouche sloppy from Matoma. Really poor from Matoma, that was. Savinho and Marmouche combined. And then Ortega says, have it. Chase that one, Erling. And Webster... I'd get on Baleba if I was Marmouche and Doku. I'd be getting inside as much as possible. Baleba's on a yellow card, mate. And he does not shy out of a tackle. He loves throwing himself about, doesn't he? So let's get him wound up. Try and get him on a red. That's what I'd be doing. Big up everybody for tuning in, by the way. Appreciate you tuning in for the final watch-along ever. No, not really. You do see YouTubers do that, don't you? Ones that are like fake thumbnails and fake titles, like time to quit. And it's like, people are like, oh, he's quitting forever. And then they click on it and it's like, time to quit doing a certain thing. Like, and it's like proper clickbait shite. It's an absolute bollocks. I'm not going to be doing that. Final watch along in this room. I'm finding it funny anyway. What's going on with the ball there? Looked like the ball was gone a bit funny. Doku went in a bit of a foot race here. Strong from Doku. Hinshelwood not enjoying the little battle. Oh, love it, Doku! He's a tank! Jeremy Doku. Love that. Someone just bounced off him. Who was that? Mincer getting back. Came flying in like a steam train. And Doku was just, I don't know, it was the immovable... Is that what's the word? The immovable object versus the irresistible force? Is that what it's called? I don't know. I think that's the phrase. Darks, mate, thank you for the super chat. When City needed a left-back, they signed anything but a left-back. We've never had a left-back, really, have we? We're anti-left-back. We won the league with Fabian Delph, mate, playing left back. And when they didn't make into the and when they didn't make it into the team, maybe we will see the same story for a right back. I hope not. Yeah, I hope not either. It is hyperbolic, mate, isn't it? I hope you're... Oh, no. João Pedro's in. He's done him. He's done him. And he's put it wide! Fucking hell. Ruben Diaz just got skinned. And João Pedro has spooned it wide. Not by much, but we got away with that one. We got away with that one. Oh, wait a minute. Who was the pass from there? Was it Nico Gonzalez? Really sloppy from Nico Gonzalez. I was looking at the chat a minute and it was a pass from Nico Gonzalez. He's getting sloppier, he is. You know, he really is. He had that game. Was it Newcastle? Newcastle. He was brilliant. Impeccable, Nico Gonzalez was. But these little passes are going astray from Nico Gonzalez. But I want to show patience for him because I remember this frustration that I had with... It's a familiar feeling that I had with Rodri in his first season. Just those little things like that. Just like little concentration moments where it's just a case of like... I don't know, you need some like omega-3 to get your brain positive. You need some of this to get your brain nice and positive. This is Brain Tablet. So this stream is brought to you by Boots. Omega-3. It's not really. Fucking Boots, mate. You owe me some money now. But anyway, omega-3 is good for the brain. It's good for concentration. It's good for focus. That's the point I'm trying to make. You need to be able to focus for 95 minutes with 0 errors in that position. And that's what Rodri became. He became an impeccable, almost perfect midfielder. Hence the Ballon d'Or, you know? And Nico Gonzalez, we cannot see those sorts of mistakes for long. They have to be quickly eradicated out of your game. Sharpish, you know? They can't keep happening, you know. And it happened with Rodri, by the way. And let's give him But the point is, give Nico Gonzalez some time. Is the point I'm trying to make because it's going to take a little bit of getting used to this position. Big up, Jason, mate. How you doing? My 4-year-old loses it laughing when you yell "Marmouche," does he? Marmouche. Big up to Baby Miaza. How you doing, Baby Miaza? Hope you enjoyed that, mate. Micah, how you doing, mate? I keep saying how you doing, mate. I know how you're doing. I spoke to you about 4 or 5 times in this stream, and it's just a stupid habit of mine that I keep saying it. To be fair, you can blame everyone. Pep, players, absolutely. This happened before 1920 season. Players just got bored of winning. And then 4 in a row and the treble. I wouldn't say bored, but the point you're making is right. Bored is a bit harsh because no one gets bored of winning. I just feel like they get a bit used to it and it's hard to... 4 minutes of injury time, by the way, so this is going to drag on this half a little bit. But yeah, I know the point you're making and I agree. Everyone needs to take the blame. Oh, what an idea that is. Marmouche kept that in. He nearly did as well. Oh, no, he did, actually. And Doku steps in and Baleba is coming forward. It was a great ball from Vardiol with his right foot, weaker foot. He won the ball. Fuck off, referee. Savinho won the ball, man. He won the ball. Yes, he went through Matoma, but he won the ball first. Utter bollocks from this referee. Who is this? What's his name? This is the absolute twat that blew up for Jack Grealish against Spurs when he was through on goal. And then you've got Haaland, that image of Haaland's face going like that. Do you remember that? I remember that. I don't think anyone forgets it. A face like that is not easily forgettable. Oh, big up, Church. What's not working, mate? What's not working? Tell us. What's not working? Simon Hooper. That's it. The Hoopster. Hoop Mania. Oh, Rico. Going in there with the ball in the air, just sticking a leg out at it there. As Matoma was coming in, I was thinking of penalties... a bit there. Husanov just boots someone on the floor. Husanov. Oh, brain pills. I know, mate. They're not working for me at all. Not at all. That's why I need them. No, they are working. That's how bad the baseline is. My level of concentration is that bad. That they actually are working, but what you're seeing is an elevated level of concentration and focus. So imagine if I didn't take them. I'd just be sat here like, not watching properly. That's kind of what I do anyway. Kusanov just booted someone on the floor. And he got away with it as well because he won the ball. Love that stuff from Hasanov. I love it, mate. Love it. I know. I need to get that in my diet. Big time. Big time. And I have it like once a week. I need to have more of it. 100%. I'm not a big fan of fish, really. What a shit conversation this is. Varial coming forward. Doku, can we get a third before half time? Because that would be a killer blow. Killer blow, that would be. Not looking likely now because Doku's giving it away. In steps Nico Gonzalez, or was that Ruben Diaz? I'm not sure who it was. Yeah, it was Ruben Diaz. Strong play that on Ruta, who's not really done much in this game for Brighton apart from win a free kick that got them the equaliser. But he's been quite quiet in this game, Ruta. Touch wood, that carries on. Gonzalez. 1 minute of stoppage time remains before the half-time whistle by Mr. Hoopster. Hoop Mania blows the whistle. Do you think 2-1's fair? Do you feel a little bit lucky? I'm not sure if... lucky's a bit harsh. I feel a little bit, you know... football. It's doing its thing, isn't it, football? That's why we watch it, because even though Doku's lost the ball there, Minter wins it nice and strong. Ball into João Pedro. If they equalise before half-time, I'll be fuming, mate. Fuming. Surely not. This game management has been our big weak spot this season, hasn't it? Game management. And this is exactly the sort of moments where City have been sloppy. Go on, Marmoush. Marmoush. Going forward. Doku's coming forward. Half-time whistle's going to be in a minute. Oh, Marmoush almost got in the way. But, oh, it's broken to Savinho. Doku, man on, Doku! Jesus, someone give him a shout, man. I mean, to be fair, I'm not listening, but I'm almost certain 40,000 people just went, man on! Fucking hell, there goes the half-time whistle. Would you say it's lucky? The only way I'd say, well, is it luck? Yeah, the only way I would say it was lucky is Pedro's miss. Other than that, I'm not sure a goal that Brighton deserve. I don't think they deserve a goal more than they've got, other than that one. And I would say we deserve another goal that we've got. You know, Savinho should absolutely be burying the chance that he had when he went through on goal. And arguably there was a one before that as well, which was kind of similar in that same sort of angle where he's bearing down, coming in at that 45-degree angle to the goal. One went flying over the bar. Well, it almost went to the corner flag. It was that bad. And then the other one was saved. And it was a lame, poor effort, just trickled towards the goal. I think you're right. That's a good word. Unconvincing. I agree. I'm going for a pee. Enjoy the chat. Chat and chair. I meant chair, but I said chat. Oh, clock. Always do it. Always do it. Let's change it. Hang on a minute. Uno momento. There we go. Back in a minute. Bloody hot in here. Oh, good first half. Good first half. Oh yeah. Right. Let me just speak to Mullet first. Chair is reporting 6 farts, 2 of which were a bit sloppy, and thinks Jonny defo needs to pee ASAP, PP, because he's been leaking for 5 minutes. The bloody chair. Sick of it. It's getting punished. Tomorrow. It's getting taken apart. It is getting taken apart. Right. Depressing, this story a little bit, to be honest. So kind of a bit of a downer, this. Bit of a downer. Also, main reason I'm telling you is because me and the missus are kind of over it. And main reason is because there is no longer a need for it to go to court. So, yeah. No need to jeopardise any evidence or anything like that. This is completely true. It's the sort of thing you would see, not Netflix, to be fair, it's not that big, but you'd see like a shitty like Channel 5 documentary make something about this sort of shit. If there is anyone in the media who is watching this, anyone who's like wants to get a little scoop or anything, kindly do one and do not get in touch, because I'm not going to be getting involved with it. I don't want to talk about it after this, but I certainly wanted to at least get it off my chest, and I'm an open book. I think it's unbelievable, and I think it's also kind of good to let people know that this sort of shit actually happens in the world. Anyway, me and the missus have been, me and the family have been looking for a place to move out, but because we've got building going on around us, first of all, and houses are being built around us. It's a bit of a shitty, well, it's invasive is what's happening. During Christmas, we wanted to find a place to go, an Airbnb we wanted to go to, and to celebrate Christmas. And we found this place. I'm not going to name exactly where it is because I don't think that's fair. But we found a place that had like very much a thematic like theme, Christmas theme going on, with like candy canes at the front door, proper Christmas set up and everything. So we wanted to rent that place over the period of Christmas. When we got there, we set up some stuff, and it was like, okay, so I obviously kept my office here, like as you know, I keep my office here. So we set up some stuff, and I needed to come back here to do some work. And then I came back home and started doing some work, and it was quite late at night at this point. Then I got a message off the missus, which, bear with me 1 second, that said, that sent a picture, hang on, bear with me, sent a picture of one of these, which, this is a picture of Amazon. And one of those, 2 of those actually, were in the Airbnb. And what that is a USB charger with a hidden camera in it, facing the bed. No word of a fucking lie. Now, what's scary about this is the fact that I spotted before I left, and because it was like quite an old, it was like sort of antique-y sort of place, like a bit vintage, the cottage that we were staying at. Now, what's scary about this is the owner of the place lived on the property, on the premises, in the house next door. Okay, so it's not like they're watching from a mile away or 10 miles away. They are next door, and I've left my family there. Okay. Then, before I left, I saw what was an antique camera there with like and I thought, oh, that's a weird little antique camera, that, and I thought nothing of it. But then I had another look at it, and because it was an antique camera, but it had like a modern lens looking thing in it, and the shutter, it was one of those like flower shutters that opens like that. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't one of those shutters, it like did that, but it was closed. So I thought nothing of it at the time, and this is before I'd received the message. But I just turned it round just on a whim. Thought, surely that doesn't happen nowadays. That just doesn't happen. So I turned it round, and it had it faced the wall. And obviously then I got that message, and the only reason my missus found it was because she was trying to plug in my lad's Nintendo Switch to charge it because it ran out of battery, so she was trying to charge it and it wasn't working, and obviously she was trying to get this thing to work, and all of a sudden she spotted this blue lens looking back at her. So I'm obviously boom straight in the car. I'm zooming down wherever. I'm not going to go into details where it is, and yeah, I got there obviously, and we just moved out immediately. Took everyone and my family out of the cottage. Called the police. Obviously, I wanted to go and do the guy in, and the missus was telling me not to do it, and she was absolutely right. Do not do it. The stream's frozen here. Just let me just sort this out, because obviously there's no football in a minute. If I don't, I just need to refresh that. So yeah, following that, we called the police. Then the police obviously came round, and they took it incredibly seriously, which was good to see. And yeah, the guy had a family. He had a wife and kids. This guy did, and one was pointing at my one of the spare beds, and one was pointing at our bed. Thankfully, not to go into too much detail, there had been no removal of clothes, let's say, by that point. But what was found out, that the guy got arrested, and his wife got arrested. She knew nothing of it, and obviously his kids knew nothing of it. But we had lots of police situations going on, which is sometimes why I've not been able to like talk about these things and like what's been going on recently. Absolute insanity. And then, yeah, we found out that the guy had been doing it many, many times, and we got the call. Well, it was actually the missus who got the call to say that the police had been ringing round the multiple victims that had been recorded, and to let them know. So imagine getting that call and having not known, because it was us that found out. It was us that found the hidden camera. Well, it was Charlotte who found the hidden camera. And then just the amount of other people prior to that didn't find the hidden camera, that have paid to go and be a guest at this guy's B&B and have been recorded, doing whatever, absolutely dark, man. Then we found out that there's no need to go to court because the guy's killed himself. So that was just an absolute fucking head fuck, man. Because I didn't know what to think about it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, the guy's a scumbag, obviously, an absolute piece of shit. And obviously he avoided the punishment by taking his own life, which is just awful. I'm probably going to get demonetized now for talking about this sort of stuff. But it's absolutely unbelievable, and this is the sort of shit that's of nightmares, because it was such an inviting cottage with like, come in, Christmas decorations everywhere, really lovely, like welcoming, bring your whole family, and I'm going to secretly record you, in your bedroom. You know what I mean? And apparently the guy must have had like an absolute library of shit, and this hasn't made news or anything like this, but it is the sort of thing that like certainly local newspapers would want to pick up on. Please don't, if you work with them or know of anyone, if you're going to get in touch, you're going to get ignored. First of all, you are going to get ignored, so we're not going to talk to anybody about it. But I think it's unbelievable, and I mean it's scary, man, absolutely terrifying, and I think people should be aware of it, in particular women, because they're obviously the target, and there are women that watch this. I think it's unbelievable, and it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. So yeah, that's been going on over the Christmas period, man. Absolute insanity, crazy, and it was difficult to get over the fact that the guy did what he did, and the fact that he ended it. Because I wouldn't want that on anybody. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, I'm thinking about his family now, and the missus knew nothing about it. She knew nothing about it. His kids, who we don't know, we met him. We saw him face to face. That's the scary thing. We saw him. He gave us the keys and stuff. We met him and stuff like that. Really nice guy. Really nice guy. You would never have thought it. That's what was scary about it as well. The fact that he's on the property, it was terrifying. While I was driving there, you're thinking, this is what's happening there. You're thinking worst case scenario, shit's going through your head. While I'm driving there, like what sort of psychopath have I left my family with? Do you know what I mean? Like, and the fact that we've been looking in the camera, has he seen that? Has he seen us looking down the fucking barrel at him? And therefore he knows that we've caught him, and is he aware of it? Thankfully, obviously not, because I got there and it was like nothing had ever happened. And the irony of this bastard, man, had the nerve to put on a sign in the entry, the driveway to this place that said, "Smile, you're on camera," as in CCTV on the outside of the house sort of sign. It was that sort of warning. But the fucking balls of him to put that sign on that when it's actually going on inside the property, it's fucking unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Craziness. Absolute craziness. So, yeah, mad. Absolute mad. It's obviously Charlotte was the target. I feel for all the people that were more victimised, if that makes sense, because thankfully Charlotte was quick enough to spot it when she did. And this is now the reason why I've not mentioned it as well is because this was going to court big time. This was going to be a serious court case where we know people we've got friends who are in the police force that don't even work for the police force for the station or work at that particular station where it was being handled, where the case was being handled, and stations in the area had found out about it. Because it was such an unusual case that we had friends that came to us, and one of them even said, "We heard about this, not to us, because they didn't know it was us. They said, oh, we heard this crazy case going on." And we were like, "Yeah, that was us. We were the ones who were being targeted." And they were like, "What the fuck? No way." And it was like, no fucking way. Crazy. Absolute crazy. Man. Anyway. After that depressing story, I thought it was like just a story to tell, and I think it's like awareness is a good thing. I think that's always a good thing to tell people and make sure you obviously like don't go on holiday paranoid now that everyone's there, but check things like that now because you never know. You never know, man. Have a little look, and make sure. And we've not gone to anywhere since then. Obviously, we've not had the chance to really, but we're wondering how we're going to feel if the next time we go on vacation anywhere. We're going to be fucking paranoid, like looking in every single little hole that's possible. Insane. And yeah, probably, mate. Probably, because you can't say things like I've said in my description and what he chose to do in the end. You can't talk about those things at all. So I'll probably get demonetized. But I can appeal it and I'll get the money back. So anyway, I appreciate that, Hannah. Thank you very much. Second half after that. Do you want to talk about some football now? Fuck me. Yeah? Should we go back to it? And I've spent too long pissing about. And I've saved it just in time. Just in time. Kickoff is about to happen. Gundo gets us underway. Come on, City. Right, no more depressing talk. I've got the shivers. I haven't gone through that again. Massively appreciate that, Captain Kringles. Appreciate that, mate. I'm sure you've got loads of questions as well, but lovely play from Haaland, that was. Lovely play. Lovely play. Doku. Onto his left foot to the byline. Dinks it. It's broken. He dropped it. Marmouche. Oh, he could have had a dig there. There was a little opportunity. Verbruggen dropped the cross from Doku. After the cross came in from Doku, it was a little bit close to him, but he probably should have caught that there. It's what I said. You know, you can't talk about, you can't talk about that stuff. Saying the word, it recognises any sort. You know, when I've been, the reason I know it is because I've said in the past that action defending. Do you know what I mean? I'll just say it. I'll hopefully appeal it. But you know, when you say like, oh, that was suicidal defending. Do you know what I mean? When you say that, you cannot talk about that sort of stuff. Which I agree with because I think obviously it's just an automatic system. YouTube has an automatic system that recognises certain words, and if it's like words that are like dangerous and like you could encourage people to do things that they should absolutely not be doing and certainly should never be encouraging, but it just hears the words and goes, right, he's talking about it, let's demonetize him. So I'll appeal it if I get done, so we'll see. Ruter coming forward, ball across, no, oh, it's just gone out for a corner, deflected off Vardiol. I thought that was going to the back post to Matoma then. Got the Leicester fan back. How you doing, mate? How you doing? Appreciate that, Clara. Anyway, let's move on. Corner to defend. Nothing silly now. Estebuinian with a corner. Whips it, back post. Deep. Oh! It's Hassanov. It's an own goal. For the Uzbekistan. I mean, I'm hoping there's an offside in there, but I'm not sure there is. It's a shit goal to concede. It really is. There's some dickhead with a seagull mask on. Someone wants to shoot him, man. Fuck you know. Get demonetised for that now. Right, it's well onside. Not going to disallow this. It's 2-2. It's a Hassanov own goal. The guy who's been getting a lot of love at Manchester City. A lot of love. I mean, I said it, didn't I? Why do I fucking speak? Why do I fucking speak? I took the piss. I even said Estebuinian, didn't I, for the corner, and he took the corner. I've done it 2 in a row. I've got to stop taking the piss out of him, man. Rico Lewis with a tackle that ricochets off a Brighton player, but 2-2. We barely even got to the 50th minute, and they're back in the game. So annoying, so frustrating to watch this City side right now. Pep Guardiola trying to encourage the back line of Manchester City. Mostly Hassanov, who's proven already that he doesn't let things bother him too much, because the mistake he made against Chelsea, I thought he was reasonably solid up until half-time. And I mean, the game since then, he's been top-notch. You're hoping he settles down in this game as well, and I have a feeling he probably will, because he couldn't do anything about it. It was just a shot from Hinchelwood that was just smashed from a few yards right into the knee of Hassanov, who's about 3 yards out from goal, and it just goes into the empty net. You know, I couldn't do much about it, really. So I certainly won't be blaming him for that. It's just a bit frustrating. I agree, Jay. It's just unlucky, isn't it? It's not. You can't. No. Yeah. No. 100%. 100%. Good to see. Good to see. Good to see. Yeah, chat. I appreciate the sensibility from you lot to recognise that it's not a case of let's all pile on Hassanov. I do think he's got a lot of credit in the bank at the minute from City fans. He's been shown a lot of love. And I don't think that's unjust. Sloppy from Savinho, mate. He's not having a good game, is he, Savinho? Really poor. Really poor. Brighton coming forward here and looking to get into the lead here. If we're not careful, we'll fuck this. Baleba with a shot. Wide. Come on, Savinho, mate. That's such a crap pass. Infield. Really sloppy from Savinho. I don't think Doku's had a bad game. He's not done much, though, Doku. He's had a quiet game, if anything. I don't think he's been poor. He's beaten his fullback, Estebuinian, a couple of times. But he's been the better of the two, definitely. Definitely. And Savinho, who's gotten into dangerous positions, has just been so wasteful. But that's just pure sloppiness. Ball in again. Ortega comes out and collects it. And Brighton smell blood. They smell blood right now. And they are swimming around the Manchester City. It's not even an ocean, is it? It's a pond at the minute. It feels like a pond. And there's a big yellow shark in it, smelling the Manchester City blood. They're gonna we're gonna have to do something to change this at the minute, because Brighton are. Come on, there you go, Doku. Let's go. Oh, he's had it taken off him. Doku's slumped, shoulders looking a bit glum, feeling sorry for himself, mate. Pick your attitude up, mate. So what? You didn't beat him. Crack on. Keep going. Foden for Savinho. I presume you meant there, Scott. We've got a powerful bench. We've got, well, I'd say that with a pinch of salt, but Grealish, that's a yellow card, isn't it? And they're playing on. They're playing on, Brighton. Coming forward. Ball across. Oh, how's it not 3-2? How's it not 3-2? Getting away with it now. City were hanging on for dear life. Ball across, fired through, and I swear it went through two players' legs. One of them being what looked to be Vardiol, and the other one was Minter at the back post, and somehow just completely missed it. Anything on this from a route across probably would have been offside, actually, and it's gone through his legs, and somehow we're hanging on by the skin of our teeth here. Big time. You have to, Jack. You have to. I know what you mean, though. It's frustrating to watch. But we have to, Jack. I think next season, some of these players that we're frustrated with will be singing their praises next season. You know, I think Nico Gonzalez, I think we'll be pleased with him next season. I think obviously Ruben Diaz, I think he'll carry on. Sloppy from Hassanov this time, down the line to Savinho. I think Savinho and Doku both need to up their game next season, big time. I think we'll be talking positively about Marmoush next season. Haaland as well. I think he'll continue being the goal-scoring force that he is. Vardiol. Gundogan's shot on the edge of the area. Suddenly a replay just finished, and all of a sudden City were on the attack. Gundogan's ball over the top. Poor. Overruns it. But Savinho off, people want. For who? Foden going on the right? Or Marmoush on the right? Or Doku on the right? They're your options. Or Grealish on and then Doku on the right. It'd be interesting to see if he doesn't bring... Was it Adrian? Big up Adrian. I don't know if you're watching, Adrian. But he mentioned in a previous video, and I couldn't have agreed more, that the fact that Grealish didn't come on against Forest when it was a real game to do it, I thought, because I thought Doku and Savinho were getting no joy in that game. So I thought, well, try something, do something different. And Pep wasn't even shy of making those changes. He wanted to make changes. He made 4, you know, 2 of them in like on the hour. Mostly because of yellow cards, but still, no sign of Grealish though. In a game that made me think, this is a game like to at least give it a go. Try it. Let's give Grealish a run out. To not play him made me think Pep's finished with you. I think he's finished with him. Because probably a lot to do with the drinking and stuff. Doku's strong there. Good play from Estupiñán. And Doku's still got the ball. He's brilliant, isn't he? He's brilliant, Doku. He really is. Just the strength of him, man. Love him. Big up, Mullet. I'm 30. My siblings are 12 and 14. We found a camera in an Airbnb in Wales, in the alarm clock in the kids' room. Never went to the police. My dad sorted it. I'm glad your family are sound. Them people are grim. Well, mate, I wanted to do what your dad probably did. I'm assuming your dad went and sorted him out. Yeah, it's kind of what I wanted to do. And Charlotte had to pull me back and stop me from doing it, because I obviously pulled up, got out of the car, and I was like looking in the guy's house because his lights were on. I couldn't see him in any of the windows. And I was thinking, yeah, mate, I want to sort this out. But Charlotte was like, if you do anything, then I become culpable, because the point being of going to the police is to stop other people getting done. You know, preventing more victims, you know. But yeah, I'm glad you're all right as well, mate. It's a big gap between you and your siblings. Same as me and my sister. My sister's 14 years older than me. Born on the same day, though. That's weird, isn't it? What are the odds? 365 to 1, actually. Those are the odds. Micah, thank you again. Number 7, hope you don't get demonetised. I'll be all right. Don't worry about it, mate. Appreciate it. Changes, I think, might have to happen. Is that who I see there? Is that Bernardo Silva coming on? I'm not sure what he's doing here, Pep, anymore. Like, why is he bringing on Bernardo? Unless he plays him behind Haaland, Bernardo out wide is a strange one. It's Savinho. I'm not surprised at that because Savinho's been poor in this game. It feels like that one. It does, doesn't it? Still 2-2 though. Still 2-2. Sorry, Sagnick. And you're right, Phil, mate. It is weirdos, isn't it? It's worrying. But anyway. Oh, it could be 3 in a minute. Oh, good tackle. Strong from Vardiol. Doku. Tried the spin in a place you shouldn't be doing those. You do that at the other end of the pitch, mate. Not down there in your own corner flag. Trying to beat a player like that was stupid. Edge of the area shot goes wide. Doku, mate, you don't do that. Not there, mate. Do it at the other end of the pitch. So let's see where Bernardo Silva's even playing. He's gone into midfield by the looks of it. Well, right then, at that moment, he was on the edge of our area defending it. So I'm wondering where he's actually going to start playing. Good 1-2 that between Nico G and Rico Lewis. Gets it into Marmoush, and now Vardiol brings it forward. Gets it further down the line to Doku. Doku with 2 out to him. Does the shimmy. Yeah. Good ball into Marmoush. Marmoush across the face of goal, and it's cleared by, I think that's Hinchelwood, and then a strong header from Ruben Diaz. That was a little 5-minute spell from Brighton that was just like, it felt like a matter of time before Brighton were going to get a third. But City have started to respond a little bit. A little bit. Mate. I think people keep wanting to... I see his name all the time, man. People really desperately want Echeverri to play. I just don't think we're going to see much of him. It might be a training... Handball. Referee. Fucking hell, yeah. And that's Matoma, who's on a yellow card, but he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it. That's the thing, innit, mate? That's the thing. Isa. Ball into Haaland. Couldn't hold it up. He was pushed in the back there, to be fair, before he actually tried to control it, but still needs to hold it up better than that if he can. Baleba coming forward. Minter on the right. Blocked again. Vardiol's having a reasonably good game at the minute. His defending contributions have been pretty solid down that left-back side. But Manchester City are hanging on here. We're hanging on here, fuck's sake. Matoma, down the line. He's giving it away. Marmoush, come forward, mate. Come on, let's go. Haaland. Doku, down the left. Go down. Go down. Referee's booking him. What a dickhead you are, referee. Simon Hooper, the biggest knobhead in the stadium right now. What a dickhead. Doku just... clearly, like, there wasn't a connection, but he went through him. He jumped out of the way so he didn't get his legs snapped. You complete bellend. Fucking hell. How is that a yellow card for a dive when someone's trying to avoid getting their legs fucking broken, mate? What is he playing at? He's jumping over him. Yeah, he doesn't touch him, but he's trying to avoid getting snapped in half. You fuckwit. Unbelievable, man. This guy's a clown, man. Make sure you hit that like button. I haven't asked that for a while. Massively helps. Vardiol with another interception. Don't lose it there, though, mate. Don't lose it there. Oh, what a ball! What a ball from Vardiol! Oh, what a save, man! How's that saved? What a save! What a fucking save from Verbruggen. But the ball from Josko Vardiol was unreal. Unreal. Oh, it's offside anyway. It wouldn't have counted, but hey, that pass. Yeah, he was offside as well. Yeah, guys, we've hardly got any likes on this stream. Can you help me out? Get some likes on the stream, please. Massively, massively helps. Yeah, please do. Hit that like button, everybody, because, yeah, we need some more than that, if that's okay. Great vision. Great vision from Vardiol. He didn't know that Marmoush was offside. And the save was unbelievable as well, because he goes round him. It's this pass that just splits. Well, he doesn't split the defence. He almost goes round the back post. Matoma, saved by Ortega. Just stood there. Didn't need to do anything. Just stood there, let it hit his chest, out for a corner. Corner ball, though. Big up, Mark. Do what Mark says, everybody. Appreciate that, Sam. It's Jonny. My name is Jonny. Oh, another corner from the same position where we conceded. Brighton's 5th corner of the game. City have only had 1. Ball goes back to the deep post. Nodded back into play. And Hussanov this time clears his lines. Bernardo Silva pressing. Hey, same question I asked at half-time. Would you take... in the first half. Would you take a draw? A sloppy from Hinchelwood. Lets it roll out under his feet. Throw in for City. Little things like that can change the ebbing and flowing of a game. Little miscontrol here and that can sort of swing things a little bit. No to the draw is what most people are saying. Still want the win. It's not a matter of want. It's just would you take it? Because I feel like we're more likely to concede at this minute. So most people don't want 3 points or bust. Just doesn't want to play at all. Just rather pack it in. Vardiol's gone down. He stomped on his ankle a bit there. I'm not sure he meant it, though, to be fair to whoever it was that stomped on his ankle. I think it might have been Minter. No, Reuter it was, actually. Vardiol comes flying in with a slide tackle. Wins the ball. And Reuter, well, he goes in, studs up, you know. I don't think he means it. It's not studs up like that. It studs up like that. It's just a bit higher and he goes down on his leg rather than... It's when it goes down on your leg, it's not quite the same and it's not on purpose, is it? Because everyone has to put their foot down somewhere, don't they? And I don't think he meant that. But I mean, I tell you what, if we win this game, I'll be a happy man because we've been arguably a little bit lucky, and it's just not there, is it? It's just like this. I just feel more convinced by Brighton than I do by City right now. I'm more scared of them than I trust our own players to go and win this game. That's the feeling I've got right now. It just feels like if anyone's going to win it, it's going to be them. And I think we'll need a little bit of moment of magic, similar to Marmoush's goal in the first half, where it kind of came out of nothing, that goal. I wouldn't say we were pinning them back. We weren't creating chances. We just got a little moment, broke, bit of space, Marmoush, edge of the area, have a dig, mate. Why not? Bang, bottom corner. You know, take your chances like that, you know, and it can decide games. You think about Nico Gonzalez's effort at Nottingham Forest. If that goes the other side of the post, you wonder what game that would have become. Especially against Forest, because they're a very defensive team, aren't they? That's how they set up. So they'd have had to come out of their shape if they wanted to get anything out of that game, and it would have changed everything. But again, hindsight, isn't it? It's very easy to go back and say, oh, well, if this happened, if buts and maybes. Cheers, Vasco. Vardiol. Oh, he's lost the ball. CFG must forget that City belong to us, the fans. We make football what it is, and they owe us a lot of explanations for the season. It's unacceptable. Yeah, I'd go easy on them a little bit. I mean, they've done a lot of good stuff for us in in recent years. They've definitely dropped the ball this year, and I think that I think the explanation is there on the pitch. I don't think they need to explain it to us. I think they will explain themselves by the business they do in summer. I think that will be their explanation, mate, is when they go and splash the cash and buy 3, 4, maybe even 5 players in summer. Minter's just gone through Nico Gonzalez here. The fact Doku's on a yellow card, by the way, is a fucking joke. Fucking joke, man. Big up Douglas, mate. We've played a little bit better in the last 5 minutes. I did. I'm not surprised. I was a little bit surprised to see Foden. Kind of there on previous season. Merit, innit? Bernardo Silva, ball down to line to Rico. And it's cleared up. Oh, he's kept it from going out from a corner as well. Bernardo Silva on the right side. Why is he there? I don't like him there at all. Ruben Diaz with a left foot shot. Well, sorry, not a shot, but crossfield pass. Looking for Marmoush. He doesn't want to be challenging it in the air like that, does he? It's good to see Ruben Diaz confidently using his left foot like that. Dinking one forward, but I'm not sure where this is the game for that sort of pass. Bernardo Silva dinks one over again. Haaland, and it's won by Van Heck. He's won it back though, Bernardo Silva. On the right. Foul. If that's not a foul, referee, I don't know what the fuck is. Jesus Christ, man. I think they got their shoelaces tied together. They did as well. They did. They actually did. That was weird. Yeah, they did as well. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's exactly what happened. Oh, man. Free kick to City in a kind of a frustrating position, really. It's basically like a corner that's a bit further out. A bit further away from the corner itself, corner flag itself, but I'll try and work this to the edge of the area if I could. Try and get a shot away or something. I appreciate the likes, people. I asked and you've delivered. Thank you very much for the likes. See if you can... he's done it. Edge of the area. Marmoush completely scuffs his shot. Yeah. Simon Hooper thought about giving a free kick then. I would have lost my shit if he gave that as a free kick. I would have lost my shit. Shit would have been lost. We would have been going to lost property to look for my poo. Hello. Good to see you. It's kind of gone dead, this game, a little bit, hasn't it? Brighton have dropped deep. City have started to control the ball, which is, I would say it's a good sign, but this worries me more than anything. Here you go. Go on. Gundo. Dink it back post, and it's cleared. Edge of the area. Doku and Vardiol getting in each other's way, but good play that from Vardiol. Nods it into a bit of space for Doku to chase. Doku keeps it alive, but Ruta does well there and takes it off him. Sticks his leg through Doku's legs and just hooks it back. Vardiol down to the byline. Go on, win a corner. Ah! And João Pedro wins it back. What do you think of Vardiol this game? I think he's had a great game so far. I think he's been really, really good. Edge of the area, Marmoush. Marmoush whipping it. Oh, it's just the delivery into the box again. It's just not quite accurate enough. It's either under hit or over hit. Haaland's got his goal today, but it's from the penalty spot. I think he'd love to get one from open play today. Because, I mean, again, it's kind of similar to Forest. The ball's coming in now. The game's not been similar to Forest because I think Brighton have made a much bigger, more attacking threat than Forest did in the whole game. Forest winning the game 1-0 is a tactic that they've been doing all season, but that's through defensive know-how and picking your moments of when to go forward. Brighton have gone toe-to-toe with us today and matched us pretty comfortably at times. The only time really is in the last 15 minutes, I would say, where City have taken control of the game and Brighton have sat back a little bit. But this worries me more than anything. It's the other end, the counter-attack, the transitions worry me. Ball in for a corner. Ruben Diaz wins it. It's nodded around and it's taken by Verbruggen. Kind of similar to how Brighton have been taking all their corners in this game. Just one long corner into the back post, nodding it back into the danger zone. How they got their equaliser, their second equaliser, was a corner similar to that, going to the back post. Ortega collects it. Brody wants to see KDB. Right, we've got, I'd argue, Kovacic. Oh, fucking hell, Ruben Diaz. João Pedro just nearly caused us a problem there. Amazing duck. I think he might do, you know. Go on, Doku, you're away, mate. Go on, Jeremy. Ball in. Oh, it's not a bad idea from Doku. You can see what he's trying. He's going to come down as another failed cross. But in reality, that was the right thing to do there. You could see exactly what he was trying to do with a pass into the path of either Haaland or Marmoush. This time, another ball in. Haaland wins it this time. And it's straight up in the air and nothing. Hey, big up Mullet, mate. Fuck me. Jesus Christ, mate. That's a very, very kind donation. Thank you so much, mate. Mullet, you're a legend. Take your missus and kids out for a nice evening after a stressful time. City fans always support each other. Hey, Mullet. I know we have a laugh on here, but that's a nice little heartwarming, heart-to-heart gesture, that, mate. And I appreciate that big time. Thank you very much, mate. I'll tell the missus, because she's a United fan. So even though she's a United fan, no human being in the world deserves what was attempted to happen to her, and she'll understand that City fans they're pretty good. City fans, aren't they? They're pretty good. Like you, mate. Top man, Mullet. You're a legend. Foden coming on. Who for? Probably Marmoush. Foden, who his favourite side to play against is Brighton. So will he pick up his 9th goal against Brighton? The most he's scored against any opponent is Brighton. Something's going on here. Pep's not happy with Summit. He looks like he's shouting at Bernardo or something, because he was he's injured. Bernardo Silva, the substitute, is being substituted. I'd argue we could have done that to begin with, really. But Bernardo Silva's off. He's haunched over on that right side. And Foden's gone over to the right side. I think we should have started with that. Well, not started with that. Definitely not started with that. But I think that should have been the substitution to begin with. If you're taking Savinho off, I would have thought Foden's probably your best bet. Or De Bruyne and put him behind Haaland and send Marmoush out on the right. It's not his favourite position, is it? But I mean, it's not Foden's favourite position either. But I think Marmoush or Foden would have been a better option than Bernardo Silva. And could that be a little bit of a, I don't know, a blessing in disguise, potentially, to bring Foden on? Long ball, here he is. Foden lays it back to Haaland. City controlling the game still, with 14 minutes to go. Foden's already had a couple of touches. Mullet, mate. Thank you so much. Massively appreciate that, mate. Good little touch that from Nico. Foden's on his bike. Go on, Foden. Go on, mate. Go on. Oh, it's a good bit of defending in the end by Baleba, really. I thought he was running a bit lucky there. Not lucky, but he was pushing his luck, let's call it. because he was holding it. He was begging like Verbruggen to come out as the ball was slowly making its way to Verbruggen. He was holding off Phil Foden, who was trying his best to get round him, and eventually Verbruggen does Belaber a favour and comes out and smothers it. And Marmoush has just been shot by a sniper. He just fell over. No one was near him. He was completely bailed. Oh. Nico Gonzalez. I would say in the last 20 minutes, City have looked the more likely to score because I haven't even seen Brighton come forward yet. But this is what worries me more than anything. Because these are the sorts of situations where we concede, where we have all the ball and we slowly, steadily make our way forward, take a few more risks, send a few more players forward, leave a few big gaps behind. Bang. They go and get a goal. Here we go. Oh, Doku's out for a corner. Come on, City. Oh, Doku's he's having a reasonably good game this second half, Doku. He's beating, well, it's Belaber on this time, but he's having a bit of success down that left-hand side. A couple of them have been a bit, like, bobbly. Like, he's smashed his way through more than dribbled his way through on a few occasions, Doku. But getting through is getting through. You know, we've just got to see that ball, find a blue shirt, corner ball, back post. Off the post! Nico Gonzalez has hit the post 2 games in a fucking row. No, man, and away come Brighton. Matoma down the left-hand side. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. No way. No way. João Pedro. Is that another omen? We've already seen him hit the post and we lost the game. Nico Gonzalez has hit the post again. And Brighton are in. Henselwood has hit the side netting. That's what I'm saying. We come forward, then bang. Teams know. They know that we do this. Just get into your shape. It's almost like it's a script, almost, isn't it? The fact that he's hit the post is, yeah, I call it unlucky, but I would say you should be hitting the target from there, mate. Like, he's doing the right thing. He's going for the right corner because it was the only corner he could go for, right down in that near post, but he's about 3 yards out. And if he gets it just inside the post, I don't think Verbruggen was getting there. That would have been 3-2. As for hitting the post against Forest, though, that was nothing like that was just pure bad luck. Having a 30-yard screamer like that. But you're praying it's not Nico Gonzalez hits the post 2 games in a row and we go on to lose the game. Please don't do that to me. Oh, I'm nervous now. Does anyone get cold when they're nervous? I get cold when I'm nervous. Maybe it's just fucking freezing. Maybe it's that. But I'm pretty sure it's not. Vardiol sends one forward. And Gundogan's gone into the back of him. Not sure again. Referee's been a bit... I don't know, maybe Gundogan's gone into him a little bit, but... It feels like any opportunity for the referee to blow up in this game. And I'm not one, you know me, if you've watched this channel for more than a few watch-alongs, you probably haven't heard me complain too much about the referee. But today I've been on his case, man. Because I think he's been shit today. I think lots of little things. There's not been any big decisions. I'm not even sure the free kick that they scored at their first equaliser was a free kick, you know. And the Doku yellow card dive was a joke, man. Like, fucking piss take. Brighton knocking it around in their own penalty hit. Oh! And they've done well. And they've done well, actually, in the end to... oh! No, they've not! Hinshelwood, swing and a miss. Jeremy Doku. Strong from Jeremy Doku. Can we punish him? We should be punishing him. Phil Foden. Fine. He's got crowded out eventually in the middle of the area. He had space to begin with, but he took too long on the ball and eventually lost out. Danny Welbeck's come onto the pitch, which is actually worrying me because he's now sent João Pedro forward. João Pedro's coming forward, man. Come on, man. No. No. Oh, he's missed it. He's fucking spooned it over the bar. Is that Belabor? Who's absolutely belabored it. He's ballooned it. Belabor has ballooned it over the bar. And that should have been 3-2 Brighton. I know, mate. It's because I'm cold. It's because I'm cold. I get... It's heat. It's basically heat. That bird scared the shit out of me. Did anyone watch that replay then? There was a bird who just came flying at the camera. Just this like crow. And, came flying at the camera like that. It was like, bloody hell. Jesus Christ. 3 more substitutions from Brighton. Welbeck snuck on the pitch. I didn't even see that happen. I think you're right, Jack. I love the description of him as well. Oh, Roy's done. Roy's not happy at all. Brighton again, getting the ball back on the edge of our area. It's Danny Welbeck and Husanov takes it off him. Well, he was giving it more than anything. And Foden hanging onto the ball, gets the ball back to Ortega. Ortega takes it onto his left foot and humps it clear. And Doku holds the ball up really well. No, hold it. Haaland's offside. Oh, well done, Jeremy Doku. And I mean, again, he avoided another fucking... Oh, the 1-2 with Marmoush just doesn't come off. But again, a flying slide tackle. And Jeremy Doku gets out of the way of it. You know? I mean, he stays on his feet this time because he doesn't want to get another yellow card. But fuck me. He's had a great second half, Doku. It's just, again, a little bit end product. But he's been our main threat through this game, Jeremy Doku. Belabor. Swoops one clear. Brighton going to nick it. I'm scared this is going to be one of them games, man. Come on, City. Bursting for a pee again. It's because I keep sipping water. Nearly 5 minutes to go. Gundogan's limping. He's back on his feet, but he doesn't look happy. People want KDB. I think you're right. Oh, and as soon as I click that, he's whipping off his shirt. And it's not just for the ladies either. I think it's to get him onto the football pitch and play some football. Come on, Kevin De Bruyne. Do you feel like there's another goal in this? It's Marmoush. Marmoush. Off. Does the right thing. Goes off the pitch. On the other side of the pitch to get the job done quickly. Get the substitution done and dusted. Get on the pitch, Kevin De Bruyne. Let's win this fucking game. Come on. What's the Forest score, by the way? Can anyone tell me? Ipswich Forest. I imagine they're winning. Four 1. 3-1. 4-1. 3-1. 4-1. 3-1. 4-1. 3-1. 4-1. And they must have just scored because lots of people are saying 3-1. But it's 4-1 now. So that's got to be that done and dusted. Rico Lewis. Ball back to Ortega. Please no mistakes. Nothing silly at the back, man. Like Gemma wants a bit of these nuts. Not these nuts. That's maybe a bit of Kevin De Bruyne nuts. Something like that. Right. De Bruyne is on. We need something big from him. We really do. We need something big from somebody. We need something. Long ball from Brighton. One for Ruben Diaz to lose. João Pedro's got it. Down to the byline. Pedro. Surely we defend this. It's 3 defenders in the box. 3 Brighton players. We defend this. Don't let the cross come in. Get out to him. Go on. That's it. Well done, Foden. That's a free kick as well, referee. You fucking clown, referee. So Foden won the ball and... Maybe not. Maybe I was being a bit harsh there. But, I mean, I'm done with this ref. Does, you know. It really does. My local Chinese, by the way, is closed. It's closing today. I mean, it's weird that we're moving, but we're not moving that far away, so we would still go to that place. But has anyone got like an absolute favourite takeaway that they religiously go to every week? Just imagine that place just closing. What would you do with yourself? It's happening to us. So I know I've explained a very difficult situation that me and the missus have gone through, but I feel like this is arguably a lot. It's not. It's not. Mullet, send us another 50 quid donation because the Chinese near us is closed, mate. It's closed. So I need some more support, mate. No, honestly, it is a devastating. That's a foul as well, by the way. I mean, it's a yellow card. Foden's like had his shirt pulled by his neck. And Whiffer is the man to do it. Right, free kick. Please, do something. 90th minute. 90th minute. He did want a whiff of Foden, didn't he, then? Just past the post. Oh, you're just praying something. It took a little deflection. A bit of an unorthodox free kick from Kevin De Bruyne. Did it come off the shoulder of Gundogan or something? Or the back? It came off the back of Gundogan and nearly went in. And it's a goal kick. Oh, fuck off. Verbruggen's just decided to take the goal kick in the other corner of the 6-yard box. Hey, knock it on, man. I'm looking forward to that new rule, by the way, coming in for next season. But it doesn't count for that. It's ball in hands, isn't it? It's balls in hands is what they're talking about. With a certain amount of time. And it will be announced to them how long they have to kick the ball out the goalkeeper. And if they take too long on the ball, it's an immediate corner to the team. Go on, Doku, to the byline. Ball across. And it's another corner for City. Can we nick this? Mullet, you're not just a restaurant. You're opening a whole town. I'm a bit dubious about Chinatown. You know, when cities have Chinatown, because it is just a long line of restaurants, isn't it? Not much of a town. Like, there's no town hall, there's no police station, no fire station. It's just restaurants. It's not a very pragmatic town, is it? But anyway, corner ball in. It's shit. It's shit from Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, ball all the way back to Ortega now. Thank God Phil Foden actually got back there to send that back to him, because we were in big trouble then. We nearly gave Brighton an opportunity to go and win the game from our own corner. Again, Kevin De Bruyne, mate. Go on, Doku. Get out the way, De Bruyne. Oh, Doku. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. End product from Jeremy Doku there. An opportunity to get one into the back post. Over everybody. Goal kick. Gutted. I'll be more... a draw isn't a great result, okay? I understand that. Because I think Chelsea are going to... Actually, no, they've got Arsenal. So, I mean, we could actually still be within touching distance. But now, third place is just almost gone, isn't it? You know, we're almost wanting Arsenal to win now, aren't we? You know, we're actually starting to want Arsenal to beat Chelsea tomorrow, which is a massive favour for us. That's how far we've fallen, man. We're fucking supporting Arsenal. That's the fucking last thing in the world I want to do. Right, come on. 1.5 minutes to go. Doku thought about crossing it, but would rather take on the player and didn't even do that. Come on, Jeremy. He's had a good half for me, Jeremy. It's just the ball in, man. He's got to do better. He's got to do better with this delivery. Brighton are coming forward here. Strong from Ruben Diaz, who's been pretty solid at the back. Ruben Diaz, he's been all right. What do you think of Vardiol, by the way? I think he's quietly had a very good game, Vardiol. You know, he's got 2 goals conceded to his name, which is never an enjoyable stat for any defender. But I think he's been our best defender in this game, Vardiol. He's put in some decent contributions there. No, please, God, thank God for that. Hussanov's pass to Foden was a dodger, a really dodgy pass to Foden. Foden slid to keep it in, and it actually nearly put us in more danger by keeping it in play. And thankfully, it actually went out of play because Brighton were away then. Mullet, your donations have been incredible, mate. Thank you so much. This is a decent result. Also, Jonny is now making his fans open up takeaways. I'll do my best. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate your support, Mullet, mate. You're a top man. It's going to be full time in a minute. Bit of a shit way to end the final watch along in this room, really, isn't it? There goes the full-time whistle. Pep with a bit of a smile on his face, to be honest. He gives a round of applause to the fans and a bit of a kiss on the cheek to Vardiol. I think he deserves that, definitely. He definitely deserves a little kiss on the cheek. I think Hussanov has nothing to be ashamed of whatsoever. Considering it's his own goal that's cost us 2 points. It's not his fault. Pep's gone straight to the referee, by the way, and I think he's probably got a long list of grievances that he would like to share with him. And I'm with him, man. I'm with him. But it's just, again, not quite good enough from Manchester City. We have fallen to the standards of this middle sort of top 10 to 4th place. We are now in that battle. Who have we got? Let's have a reminder of the fixtures now for the rest of the season, because I think we've just done the 2 hardest for me. I think, if memory serves me, I think we now face most of the sides are outside of the top 10 now. Bottom half of the teams we should be facing for the rest of the season. Maybe 1 or 2, I might be wrong. Obviously not with the FA Cup. We've got Bournemouth in the FA Cup. That's up next on the 30th of March. We've got a big long international break now, by the way. Leicester, United, Palace, Everton, and then Villa will probably be in the top 10 still. Wolves, Southampton, Bournemouth at home, that's a tough one. Fulham probably will be in the top 10 as well. But again, we should be beating all of them. We're not going to, but we should be. You know, we really should be. Vasco doesn't agree with Mullet. Decent result. Shame I can't curse right here. Well, you can, can't you? But I think Mullet means decent result considering how the game went. I don't think it's a decent result before the first kick of a football today. I don't think at 2 o'clock, 2-2 would be considered a decent result. And I don't think that's what he meant. I think he meant a decent result considering how the game went, is his point. And I agree with him because it's certainly better than losing. Because you go back to that final 20 minutes of the game against Nottingham Forest, you're thinking, yeah, we could nick this. We could nick this. We probably should. We're the team with the ball. We're the one who are trying to win the game. And then bang, we lose 1-0. You know, and then all of a sudden at the end of the game, you'd take a 0-0, wouldn't you? You'd take a 0-0 then. So, yeah, I think it's reminding ourselves of what happened against Forest and at least not losing the game. You know, at least not losing it. Because the amount of times we've done that this season, from snatching defeat from the jaws of draws. Do you know what I mean? Against United, you think, right, we fucked it, 1-1. I can't believe it. Terrible. Terrible 1-1. 2-1. How'd you lose the game 2-1? You know? Unbelievable. So many times we've gone that extra mile to finish off with a loss, you know. And today we've got a draw against a very good Brighton side that did just win 6 in a row. So you put things into perspective a little bit, reminding ourselves of Brighton and their capabilities. They've just won 6 in a row. We've stopped their 6 winning streak by taking 2 points off them. It's not good for the long run of Manchester City, I'll give you that. I know we are a side and a club that want to win silverware. We want to be talking in different terms than this. Yeah, but this is where we are right now. So we've got to accept the reality of the situation. We are a Champions League fighting side, top 4, top 5 sort of fighting side right now. This is the situation. We've kept them beneath us. And at the end of the season, we could look back at this and say it's a good result. So maybe. But yeah, next season, we want to change the tune massively at this football club and be talking about winning silverware again, talking about winning. And we still can, by the way. We still can win silverware. And talk about this being a bad result. And, you know, because the standards have changed. 2-2 at Brighton, against Brighton at home, you know, when we're in a title race, you know, and we've dropped 2 points. I would rather talk about that. And I feel like that's the where the standards need to shift to. But right now, I can see the point that it's somewhat of a decent result. But yeah, should be better. And again, Mullet, you've been such a legendary donator for quite some time now, mate. And you've been really kind. And I appreciate that. What you've said as well. Strange that you've had a similar situation to me as well. That's mind-boggling, isn't it, mate? Mind-boggling. And just goes to show, we genuinely felt like the only people on the planet that's ever happened to. You know, you just feel like it's the sort of thing you never think it would happen to you. But the fact that it's happened to someone in the chat just proves this shit happens, you know, and just, you know, don't go on holiday or go away somewhere paranoid and let it ruin your holiday, but have a little look. Just have a little look about. Make sure everything's in order. You know what I mean? Just be safe. Be safe, man, because there's some proper knobheads out there, isn't there? Anyway, yeah. What's the table looking like now? I'll give you a quick update on the Premier League table. So, we are still in 5th, still getting into the Champions League. We are 1 point ahead of Newcastle, who have a game in hand, which isn't ideal, really, because we could now be in a situation where we drop out of the top 5 and are no longer in Champions League spots. Chelsea play tomorrow. You want Arsenal to win. We have to change our tune a little bit. We don't want to talk about Arsenal winning, but we want Arsenal to win to give ourselves a better chance of getting into the top 4 and keeping Chelsea within touching distance. Because if Chelsea beat Arsenal tomorrow, they go 4 points clear of us in 4th place. So all of a sudden, 4th place becomes 2 games worth of points away. It would require 2 games to even catch Chelsea. Because even if they lose and we win, we're still a point behind. You know, and the clock is ticking. We're running out of time. There's 9 games to go, you know. And we're looking over our shoulders now more than we're looking ahead at Forest and Chelsea. You know, this is the situation we're in. Newcastle, who is their game in hand, by the way? If anyone can remind me of that quickly before I find out. Because they are in the League Cup tomorrow, aren't they? With Liverpool. Come on, the Geordies. But Newcastle's game in hand, when is it? It's Palace. It's Palace at home. Crystal Palace at home. So you expect Newcastle to win that. A Wednesday night game. Having played on the Sunday as well, which they probably will be tied, but they're playing on the Sunday against United, Newcastle are. And then they play against Crystal Palace. But yeah. I mean, Brentford-Bournemouth about to take place as well. You're hoping Brentford win. But I mean, Brentford... they're almost in touching distance as well. You know, like they're not a million miles away from us. How far are Brentford? Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, they are. They are. But unless they win, because they're 10 points behind us, Brentford. And if they win, they go 7 points behind us. So I think we want a Brentford win, in all honesty, because if Bournemouth win, they go on to 47 points, 1 point behind us, same games played. So we are in big trouble here, you know, this season. We've got to do better than that. the clutching at straws silver lining for the fixtures upcoming, and we have now got easier fixtures for the rest of the season, with teams mostly coming from the bottom half of the table that we have to face. It doesn't guarantee nothing though, man, does it? It doesn't guarantee anything in this game whatsoever. And this Manchester City side have dropped points against, you name it. You name it. Anyone, really. Like, it doesn't matter the opposition. You know, we've struggled against Leyton Orient. We went 1-0 down to Plymouth. So I don't think it really matters in terms of like, oh, we should beat them and we should beat them. I mean, it's working like that this season. It's a case of like, God, which City side's going to turn up today? You know, and I think we need to play better than we did in certain aspects of the game today. I think the way we came out in that second half was poor. We did start, we turned it round once they equalised. I felt like once it went 2-2, there was a 5-minute spell where I felt like they're going to make it 3-2 in a minute. We weathered that storm a little bit and then took control of the game, but it still wasn't good enough. In terms of an attacking threat, we still didn't create enough chances, you know. But you could argue that's a bit of game management, you know, because we were under the cosh a little bit and they nearly made it 3-2. They probably should have made it 3-2, but thankfully they didn't. But yeah, still not enough going forward threat-wise. I don't feel like Brighton were scared at any point. I didn't feel like there was a 5-10 minute flurry of City like bang, 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 chance after chance after chance. It took a penalty and a goal out of nothing for us to get our 2 goals. You know, and we deserved the penalty. It was a penalty. I think Savinho needs to have a real long session in the training ground with finishing. Crossing the ball isn't always his problem. Doku needs more work in the crossing department, and I think also finishing. Savinho is more of a problem with his finishing than his crossing, but still, both need work. So, yeah, I think those two are going to be tearing the hair out of many, many City fans going forward, and we need to change it for next season in terms of their output big time, because we can't have Savinho and Doku having the last 2 games that they've had in terms of end product with against Forest and against Brighton today with Haaland in the middle. I mean, he's going to be tearing his hair out with those 2 crossing the ball like that. It's just not on the money. You know, we need to get more dangerous balls into the box. I thought in midfield we were okay. Nothing really came through the middle of us today. I thought they were sent out wide more often than not. Their threats tended to come down the wings. Nico Gonzalez was okay. He probably should have scored when he hit the post. He was a bit unlucky with that. Hassanov was incredibly unlucky to get the own goal. I thought Vardiol was really good today. I thought Vardiol was impressive. I don't think he put a foot wrong. I thought defensively sound. Pretty sure he won most of his duels. I remember him winning quite a number of tackles. Some back post defending that was quite important. Even if it was just his presence, you know, putting off Minter, who was at the back post. You know, it went through his legs. Vardiol's presence there was enough to make that happen. You know, little things like that. I don't think Rico Lewis had a bad game, even though people didn't want him to play. Me being one of them, I didn't want him to play the game. I don't think he should have started, but he did start. I don't think there's anything too problematic to speak about from Rico Lewis's point of view. But yeah, no, I think the performance overall just lacked that cutting edge. You know, again, it's just the same. It's just a flat, like, bit of a meh performance going forward. Again, just teams know how to stop the threats we have. And it's frustrating the life out of City fans to watch games like that, because it was not like they killed the chances altogether, because I think there was enough there for City to get more than the 2 goals that we got. We hit the post. Savinho missed 2 sitters. And yeah, so chances to score more than 2. But yeah, just not enough cutting edge from the City side at the minute, and it's frustrating to watch. Thank you, Jason, mate. Really appreciate that. Good luck on the move, and prayers for the chair as he undergoes his procedure tomorrow. And I hope your 4-year-old lad enjoyed the mamoosh. So I hope he's watching, mate. Big up to your little man. If it's a man, it could be a little girl, couldn't it? So you didn't say, but your 4-year-old. Did he say a lad? I think he said a lad. Can't remember anyway. But I hope they enjoyed it, mate. Adieu, mate. Thank you for your donation, mate. Doku equals Saint Maximum. Good to watch. No end product. I think he's slightly more. First of all, I think he's better than Saint Maximin in terms of his ability to beat a player, because it's almost like 9 out of 10 the fullback loses in a one-on-one duel with Jeremy Doku, I feel like he wins a ridiculously high percentage of his dribbling attempts. It's scary ability that he's got. But again, you are absolutely right with the end product, though. There is not enough end product for someone who gets into the positions that he gets into. I think today there wasn't that many crosses that were terrible, apart from that one with about 10 minutes to go where he chopped in. Again, a good bit of play, gets into a situation. I think I screamed, get out of the way, Kevin De Bruyne, because De Bruyne nearly took it off him. And he was like, no, the momentum's with him, play the way you're facing. And he kept going, and then he whips it over everybody. And I think it was Ruben Diaz at the back post, just watched this ball just fly out for a goal kick. Yeah, it's got to be better than that. It's got to be better than that. And in killer moments like that, you cannot have that rush of blood where you just can't relax the muscles. And he's such an intense player. And I've said it as soon as I saw him play, that it's an area of his game that he's going to need work, where he needs to just learn that ability to relax and just almost like breathe. Before you cross the ball, just breathe, and just it's like, as they say, I've actually have fired a gun, but when you're firing a gun, I know the Americans who might have fired a gun and watching this because it's legal to do it where you guys are. When you're firing a gun, you're meant to breathe before you pull the trigger, aren't you? Relax the muscles, because if you're like this and you're tense, your shot goes fucking flying everywhere, doesn't it? And Doku plays the game like that, doesn't he? He's always just on edge, because he's shimmy, shimmy, yah, shimmy, yam, shimmy, yay. And then he needs to just chill, relax, guide that ball into the box with a little bit of composure, And he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it, and he needs to learn it big time. Just watching Everton's highlights here. They went, I don't know the final score, but they went 1-0 up against, it's 1-1 with Everton. Oh, they missed a chance at the end as well. But yeah, we've got to go there. So that's not a game I'm looking forward to. David Moyes' rejuvenated Everton is not a team I want to face right now. Thanks again for the donation, Adju. How we end up Doku and Savinho from Sane and Sterling. They're quite different. I think Sane is... I was gutted to see him go because I felt like he had end product. And I think Sterling didn't beat his fullback enough. But when he did, the end product was more often than not pretty good from Sterling. And he got the number of goals that he got from back post tap-ins. He was brilliant at that, Sterling. But yeah, again, you're talking about two players there. Sterling, when we signed him, was in the peak of his career, or at least entering the peak of his career, and we got the best years of Raheem Sterling, 100%. What was it, 5-6 years of Sterling? We got the best years out of him. Sane, we only got a couple of years out of him, and I think we actually missed the best years of him because I think he went on to be even better at Bayern Munich. But with Doku and Savinho, they're both in their low 20s, 21, and I think Savinho's still 21, might have just turned 22. But yeah, they're still so young, and we forget the age of some of these players. We forget how young Haaland is at times. He's still got so many years ahead of him. As a player, I think there's more growth to be expected from so many of our players. So yeah, definitely need to see more from them, 100%. And I still believe Savinho's got enough in the tank to be a top-level player. It's just a case of refinement for him and composure. Because, Girona, when he was playing at Girona, he was putting in the best cross numbers in Europe in terms of his actual delivery into the box was one of the best, So, yeah. There's areas to both of those players' games as well. Savinho and Doku, I think the work ethic, you're not going to get that from Sterling. You're not going to get a little bit from Sterling, but you certainly didn't get work ethic from Sane. He didn't track back. The power of Doku and the ability to win the ball back. Our penalty came from Savinho's aggression to win the ball back just past the half, or just into their half. He won the ball back. He sent Haaland away. Haaland then laid in Marmoush. Marmoush wins the penalty. It came from a Savinho tackle, the fact that we got our penalty. So there is areas of their game that I appreciate, and I like what they're delivering, but we are focusing on what they don't do, and that tends to be what fans do for players, because you want everything. We want everything we can possibly get from these players. But in the scenarios that we often find ourselves in, where we're pinning teams back, and they're defending with a low block on the edge of the area, end product, it becomes one of the most important aspects of the way you play. And if you've got two wingers who are just lumping it over everybody's head, it's so frustrating to watch. So there is no defending it. I mean, like, you can't legislate for it. We need to improve. We need to massively improve. And I think we will. The final watch-along ever in this room. It's kind of sad. It's a shame. But that's it. Don't let this ruin your weekend, and it certainly shouldn't, to be honest, because it's 2-2. We didn't lose. We're still in a Champions League spot. Hopefully Palace can do us a favour for that game in hand against Newcastle. But we didn't lose. I know I'm clutching at straws a little bit for positivity, but again, a draw against Brighton, against a Brighton side that won 6 in a row, isn't the end of the world, but needs to be better. Needs to be better big time. But Blues, take care of yourself. And big up to Mullet, by the way, who dropped a ridiculous amount of money on this stream. So massively appreciate you, mate. I think you've probably already shut off as well anyway, mate. But massively appreciate you, mate. And everyone else as well. So many of you others were dropping donations as well. So, yeah. Different background. Next watch long, I'm going to be in a different room. So, yeah. Take care, Blues. And I will see you in the next one.